Good evening, good evening. I hope everybody's doing well today. So, I know everybody's going to be waiting at the end of this for the stream starts, guy, but it's okay. It's okay. What are we talking about today, though? What are we going to talk about on this fine Friday evening? Are we going to talk about stuff in commentary? How about slideshow commentary? Maybe art commentary? None of the above. We're going to be talking about something more in my direct community. And what community would that be? Well, like most people in their late 30s or early 40s, you have a choice. You can either become big into sports, you can become big into politics, or you can be a nerd. And what do nerds do? Argue and collect action figures. And that's what we're talking about today. This individual, he goes by the name of Aaron the Toyenhancer. Now, in and of itself, I don't care if people put out videos about their opinions on action figures. Lord knows I do. And sometimes I get mean about it. Especially when people are liars. Brian Plain. However, there's a certain level of man-baby rage that exists within the community of toy collectors. And I know that my pal, It's Chad, is going to hate the fact that I've used the word community about 10 times already. But it's the only term I have here. You would be probably surprised about how many people my age or older get genuinely unhinged, and I mean proper unhinged, about action figures and about people who are mean about them. So, I want to introduce you to Aaron the Toyenhancer. Now, I've had a personal theory for a while now that a lot of YouTubers who robe themselves in the garments of the villains tend to not be the most up and up, for lack of a better word. This has remained true. Like the Imperial Commissary, using the iconography of the Empire from Star Wars. Then you have Viper Island, who was copyright striking people left and right, despite not having the legal right to do so. Named after the, Viper Island from G.I.Joe. And the list does in fact go on and on and on. Now I get it. Sometimes villains have really cool looking iconography. I'm not going to deny that the Cobra logo is freaking sick. However, the Joe logo is cooler in my opinion, but I'm also very biased to bald eagles. I like that bird. But old Aaron here, Aaron Barnum, the Toyenhancer, as you can see in the thumbnail, likes to cosplay as a Cobra trooper. So he's not even a boss of Cobra. He's just a grunt, and we'll see that in time. Now, within the realm of G.I. Joe collectors, there's around 4 different types of people. Okay? There's the old G.I. Joe collectors, and like I said, I think I said in my video about the DFW Joe show, I'm used to being the older guy in communities. Bro, when you walk into a G.I. Joe toy show, I am so young in comparison. There are guys there my old man's age. Why? Because they like the G.I. Joe. Before a G.I. Joe was a name for a unit, it was a name for a man. And they collect the 12-inch action figures. Don't call them dolls. You will get fired. And then you have people that, as Chad calls it, collects the Lord scale, which is 1/18, which is the real American Hero line from 1981, I think, to the mid-90s or early 90s. All right, and then you have the modern collectors as well. There's some bleed over, of course, that collect G.I. Joe classifieds. But the fourth branch are the people who collect classifieds, but really hate Bobby Vala, who creates a competing line called Action Force. You see, Hasbro used to own the license or rights to Action Force because they used it to internally brand for overseas markets. That's how they pumped G.I. Joe out to the UK and Australia. See, Bobby used to work for Hasbro. I believe he got laid off in a mass event. I'm not really sure the details exactly. And he decided, you know what? I have a degree in this. I have the skills. I worked on Marvel Legends. I worked on the Transformer brand. I'm the one that pitched the original idea for 6-inch G.I. Joe. I'm going to make an Action Force line, brand new IP idea, and the man has put out quality. Now, I am not a hardcore G.I. Joe collector. In fact, all of my Joes are in giant Tupperware bins. I need to do a lot of restoration work on some of the original stuff I have. But I'm also not really big on military toy lines. When you live on naval bases your entire, or most of your childhood, you stop being so inundated with the desire for that stuff for the most part. By the way, my old man hated Shipwreck. Just putting that right there. But while I may not be a fan of these things, I do have some Action Force stuff. I have the entire first wave, which I still need to review, and I haven't because my dumb self tends to create ripple effects of I want to do X video first, then other video, and there's a skit I have to put in there that I won't unless, I get certain things for it, and I haven't done that yet because I'm dumb. And I will say, even though I'm not a big fan of military toy lines, it is quality stuff. Now, the people who obsess and hate over Bobby Vala do so because, well, he says mean things about Hasbro. Leave the billion-dollar corporation alone. Here's the thing. If you actually paid attention in the 80s, the marketing that went on there makes Bobby Vala look tame. Well, how can I say that? How can I say such a terrible thing? Well, there was... I'm actually going to see if I can find it real quick, because I didn't think to. Let's see here. He-Man. Toy ad. Mocking other lines. Images. I may not be able to find the image immediately, but there was a He-Man toy ad in the 80s that literally put He-Man in front of G.I. Joes and Star Wars figures and literally said, essentially attacking masculinity if you don't buy He-Man over these other things. Now, Bobby Vala has never said that you have less testosterone if you collect G.I. Joe over his Action Force. But Mattel said it about He-Man over everything else. And yet no anger there. It's fascinating. And then, then it gets worse. It gets so much worse. Because who here hit one in chat? Who messaged me? Tony. Ha! Tony is clutch. Tony ain't clutch. Give me a second here. He had it. Bless you, Tony. And we're getting. I know people are like, "Oh, when's the stream gonna start?" It started. This is all part of it. So, see if I can get this into the square. The power that separates the men from the toys. You're not a man unless you collect He-Man. Now, that's one form of douchebaggery. Official douchebaggery from the 80s. Let's talk about the other one that's actually a lot meaner and a lot more cutthroat. So, I want everybody to hit one in chat if you know about the real Ghostbusters. Not watch it, not any of that, just know about it. Let's see if you know it. And yes, I know Aaron, the Toyenhancer, is in chat. We'll get to you, don't worry, buddy. Look at those ones. So, fun fact. The name Ghostbusters didn't belong to Paramount. It belonged to Filmation. They used to have an old live-action show called The Ghostbusters. Now, they were allowed to use it for the Ghostbusters movie. Filmation gave them the rights. But Filmation, of course, saw that the Ghostbusters film did really well and said, you know what? We're going to create a reboot, for lack of a better word, or a continuation. I don't know which one it was, really, of the Ghostbusters IP. And Paramount saw that and said, but what if we did it too? And in the biggest act of corporate douchebaggery I have seen since Barbie and the Rockers, Paramount named their brand The Real Ghostbusters for no other reason than to be dicks to Filmation. But thank you, Columbia Pictures. You're correct, Harvey. I apologize. But either way, massive dick move. Intentional. Far crueler than anything Bobby has ever said. Ever. On 3POA, even in person, or in DMs. That was fine. That's perfectly fine. But here comes the people who are mad at Bobby because, oh, he's mean. He says things about Hasbro. He's tearing us apart, Lisa. So, I'm going to pose you guys another question here before we start this video proper. If your action figure that you broke, or broke rather on you, what would you do? Hit 1 if you would contact the manufacturer, maybe go to the store and get a replacement, or 2, would you do an unhinged 19-minute video personally attacking the individual whose company made the product? Which one would it be? Okay, so we have an understanding there. As far as Juno goes, I don't see what you're sending me here. Are you referring to the crystal thing? Because that's nothing to do with this. So, would you believe he chose number 2? Now, I see that he's trying to apologize in the chat. Problem is, when you apologize for something like this, you should probably be more specific. And I don't mean breaking it down and making you apologize. The problem is what actually made Bobby angry you haven't apologized for. And we'll get into that. But real quick, and again, I keep saying that, but real quick, I want you all to be aware. It's Chad and Bobby Vala did a stream about this guy a few days ago. The stream was done up until this morning. Aaron's videos were still public. Until he heard I was streaming about him. Then he privated them. Rage, I already did. Feel free to check out the Addressing Things video. He unlisted them. Now, it's very strange to me that he's more afraid of me covering him than he was the fact that he, well, I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert, took a shot at a man's wife. But we'll get into all of that. So, here's the thing. Unfortunately for dearest Aaron here, somebody downloaded a video and gave it to me. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Bobby. Why did you make me do it? Why, Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby, why'd you make this dude make an unhinged video? How did you puppeteer this man? Tell me your secrets.
Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the very first episode of the Toyenhancer Unfiltered.
First and hopefully last.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? What? What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of?
Watch out, guys. He's making a skit here that makes Hasbro fanboys look super hardcore. Bobby's so scared. This is a power fantasy. This is stupid.
They speak English and what?
That's it. That's correct. You read the title right. Tonight, we're going to talk about Mr. Bobby Vala. And I have quite a bit to say.
What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes. Then you know what I'm saying. Yes.
Let me start off by saying, very first, that Bobby's figures, as far as design, are okay. I'd say they're almost pretty good.
Almost pretty good. Almost. Not quite pretty good. But almost pretty good.
Almost in pretty good terms. As far as design, Bobby Vala as a person, holy crap, man. Boy, is he a person to be desired.
Phrasing. You desire Bobby, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay. How did Bobby not pick up on that?
That's Bobby Vala has the most arrogant, awful attitude that I've ever noticed.
What? Say what again?
Wait, so you're saying that Bobby has an awful attitude while you're playing a clip where a dude winds up shooting somebody? I mean, come on. And if you... I've turned the audio up. I don't know how much further you guys want me to. But here's the thing. If Bobby has the worst attitude you've ever seen, you have not experienced people with actual bad attitudes. I've had worse attitudes than Bobby. No. You didn't say Hasbro fan. You didn't say Hasbro. Let's see here. Let's go back here.
First episode of the Toyenhancer.
Let's go back to it.
Unfiltered.
What does Marcellus...
Hasbro fans. That doesn't say Hasbro. Do not lie. Do not cite the deep magics to me, witch. I was there when they were written. Anyways.
Foot. I noticed the foot was hollow. There's a hollow
Oh, got too far.
line. Now, are all...
Let's go back.
Add the action pretty much take into consideration in the future. Let's get down to the basics of what has thrown me totally from the line as of right now. About a month ago, my friend Krusty Old Crow came
Crusty old crow, full of crow dust.
from Canada, brought me my very first Valaverse figure. Okay, he brought me my Vala fig, and it was the Pandora. Okay, thank you, Crow. That
I own the Pandora figure. It's actually pretty good.
was very nice, very nice.
Of course, I say only pretty good because it's not fantasy. It doesn't turn into a car. How dare you, Bobby?
I do like this figure. I think her design is pretty cool. It's a little busy. It's a little busy.
Okay, that's a fair thing. I will play him a little faster. Just a wee bit faster, just for you guys.
You know, just has a lot going on. But all around, it seems like a pretty good figure. I was going to do this video regardless, but I figured since I had the action figure up on my shelf, I might as well go ahead and play around with it and check it out.
Real quick, Aaron, good people don't talk about how they're good people. Just so you're aware.
And whatnot. I wish I filmed it. I wish I did do a review on it. But there was a major problem while I was moving this figure. And yeah, you can see right here. Her foot broke off, man.
You can see in the blurry image.
Her foot broke off. There's over 800 figures in this room alone. This is just one of my rooms.
You count your figures?
There's over 800 figures in here that I've been playing with, moving, adjusting, dropping, all kinds of stuff. I take them outside, I play with them.
I take them to the sandbox, I lose their parts, I break their thumbs.
Not one of them has ever broke, especially at an ankle. Okay? Hang on. There's more. We're going to go further.
Does he look like a bitch? No! Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett? Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett. You tried to...
As I inspected the ankle where it broke,
So much vulgarity, so sad.
of course it broke at the point that inserts into the foot. I noticed the foot was hollow. There's a hollow line. Now, are all...
Well, I mean, if it's got a hollow line there, it should be actually pretty doggone easy to fix. You shouldn't have to even drill into it.
Feet made like that? Maybe. I don't know. I've never had one broke before. So, but why is it hollow? Why can't that just be solid? All right. So, and all I did when I broke it, I was trying to move her ankle up into the standard flat position. It was kiltered down like this, and I still can move the other one. It was kiltered down, and I did this, and it popped and broke.
I mean, you can also tell that this guy's never owned an old school NECA figure. Ooh, those things like shatter the minute they're opened.
Snapped like a twig on me. Please leave a comment if any of you have had this happen to your Valafigs, because this is the very first one that I've ever put my hand on.
When we get to the end of the video, somebody remind me about the comments. Because there was one that was very interesting in there I would love to bring up. Actually, two of them that I would love to bring up.
And moved around, and I already have this happen. All right, hang on. We're going further. We're going further, people, because you guys know that I'm into toy modifying, and I deal with all types of plastics. I have to buy special glue for some. It's an ongoing battle of learning the process of bonding plastic to plastic. You have to know what kind you're dealing with, the durability of it, as I examine this figure. And you can do this at home. Maybe if you have a Pandora, you can do it. But do this at home. Do this for me, okay? Take your thumbnail and push it. Try to push it into the figure, okay? And rub it down the figure like on the pants. And you'll feel this. This is a very, very hard plastic. Like it's almost. I'd like to call it almost like a brittle plastic. And over the years, we all know plastic will get more brittle and more brittle. Okay. So I was like, what?
Well, it depends on the grade of the plastic and its chemical makeup and a whole slew of things. Like, I have a bootleg here in my hands, my grubby hands, that plastic is soft and brittle. And here's the thing: there was a toy YouTuber, I think it was Prime versus Prime, I'm not sure which, who used to test the quality of the plastic by tapping a pencil against it, and people just started memeing the living daylights out of it and made it made his life miserable for a little bit by making fun of him as though it was some sort of test. And that's essentially what this is. Except instead of a pencil, it's his fingernail. I've worked with many plastics, okay? Unless you know like the chemical makeup of it or the specific type of plastic used, your fingernail test means nothing? Also, Aaron, there's no E in my name. Come on, man. Come on.
What the hell are these things made out of? And then you can take any G.I. Joe Classified. Take any G.I. Joe Classified off your shelf and push your finger into it, your fingernail, and you'll feel that difference.
Yeah, because they're soft and weak. Like their weapons can literally wrap around each other.
Honest to God's truth. And you can do it with any figure. Now, you can't push your fingernail in there and leave an indentation. It's not that soft. But it's soft enough to where you can tell that this is a more durable, flexible, and high-grade plastic than what Valaverse is using, or Action Force.
Okay, the type of plastic used depends on the joint and the part of the figure it's part of. Like, you're not going to want a super flexible plastic on, like, the forearm or the head. Oh my goodness, this is so goofy. These are goofy complaints. They're goofy.
Or Bobby boy.
Well, you screwed up, Aaron!
It really pissed me off that a gift from my friend,
Well, better to be pissed off than pissed on.
I'm going to fix it. I know how to fix it.
Spoiler alert. He did not fix it. He did not know how to fix it. That's supposed to be the second video that he also took down.
I'm going to have to pin drill it, put a piece of metal in there, and re-glue it.
Or he could have just, I don't know, messaged Bobby or, like, the company as a whole. And here's the thing. He said in the other one that he took down that it was a gift from his friend and he didn't want to return the gift to get something new. Fair. Here's where the difference between Bobby and big companies is. If you had messaged them saying, hey, the Pandora itself is a gift from a friend, it means a lot to me, can you just send, like, the boot cut down? They probably would have. Because here's the thing, when I got Wave 1 of the Valaverse stuff, which of course Wave 1's of any new toy line is going to be the stress tester, right? You're going to find out what worked, what didn't work. My Swarm Trooper's backpack peg snapped. I literally just messaged Bobby and got a replacement within a week, and it's fine. This did not need to go this far.
But should people have to do that? Do people know about it? Have they moved their figures around enough?
He found out later on the answer is yes, which 5 seconds of asking would have told him.
Why would this happen to me on my very, very first one? I have no
Why did this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
clue. Here's the crazy part. When Krusty Old Crow came, he gifted me this figure. I liked it.
Full of crow dust.
I was pumped. We went to Joe Fest, and I bought some more Valaverse figures. I bought the Swarm Trooper.
Speaking of pumped, I want to go ahead and say this real quick. I am personally irritated that he took it down, because then I had to make sure I got home earlier to make sure that the copy I was sent works really well, because I was at the gym when I found out. So I had to skip like 1 or 2 workouts to get home earlier. So I didn't get my full pump today.
He's still in the box. He's still in the box. Why is he still in the box? Basically because of just Bobby's personality. Every time I hear him...
His personality is too strong, I can't open the tape.
talk, every time I hear him speak, that's why I haven't opened it up yet. If you want to know the truth. Does that sound crazy?
Because you were personally offended? Let me go ahead and give you some inside baseball. You want to know why the representatives of Hasbro mind every single one of their P's and Q's and only go on to very specific channels? It's because they're not allowed to say certain things. I mean, Tony did an entire video about the contract YouTubers, toy YouTubers that get sneak peeks at the sign. If Mattel or whatever doesn't like their video, Mattel has the right to pull their video down. Screw that. So if that's bad enough, how bad do you think it is for people working for Hasbro, Mattel et al.? How bad do you think their contracts are for what they are and are not allowed to say? There's a reason why NDAs exist and why they have certain responsibilities to how they say things. I promise you, if somebody goes to any of these places and gets up in the face, not aggressive physically, but just starts dogging on Hasbro to the faces of these corporate guys, you're going to see veins throb, but you won't watch them lose their cool because they know they'll lose their job. I'd rather take Bobby, even if he's being abrasive, being real, than some corporate plastered smile. Frankly.
It is what it is. Did I do that? No. I'm just watching YouTube and watching live streams. I bought another figure, the Duster, man. We spent I spent $60 on figures, buying them at a Joe convention. I was buying Valaverse. We were kind of hyped to get into this line. My buddy Krusty Old Crow did do some
Full of crow dust, I'm not going to stop saying it.
videos on Valaverse. He likes it. I like his videos. They turned out pretty good. He was pretty smitten by the line there. He bought the Sergeant Slaughter and a couple other ones, I forget.
The Sergeant Slaughter is really good. I do own, I think both versions of it.
But yeah, man. So I have the Duster. He's still in the box. Why?
In fact, I met Sergeant Slaughter at Comicpalooza a couple years ago, or a year ago, and he said, and I quote, "I'm doing good work with that Bobby Vala guy."
I'm not pumped. I'm not pumped up to open this figure. I don't know much about it. It's got a file card on it. It's got points on it. It's got lore to it.
So just like any G.I. Joe classified, except better. Okay.
It is what it is, man.
Bobby, why figure not articulate well? Why foot broke? Let me toss my figures to the side. What in the world?
And here's the problem. Here's the big problem. And I hope you're listening, Bobby, because this is a crucial time for you to just shut the hell up and really listen.
Yeah, listen to this guy talking about plastics. Bobby, I know you run an independent toy manufacturing business, but this guy's going to learn you about plastics and etiquette.
Who do you think is buying your toy line?
A whole bunch of people, dude.
Do you think it's like kids? Because it's not.
I mean, some of them are. I mean, Bobby did gift like a cancer survivor or patient, something along that line, like the entire first wave of his run before literally anybody else got it. So yeah, and I was at the DFW show. I promise you, some kids do buy this toy line.
Do you think it's adults? Yeah, it is.
And what's your point?
And do you think they like G.I. Joe? Yes, they do.
Some do, some don't. Who cares?
So when they hear you like talking trash about G.I. Joe on every aspect that you can honestly come up with, sometimes I think you struggle at night and lose sleep over with thinking of new ways to put down Hasbro.
No, that's me.
You're also tearing apart the fan base and making us just shake our heads like...
Wait a minute. If he just sold 100% to children, you might have a point there. You literally said it's mostly adults that buy your toy line. But the adults can't handle Bobby being negative to Hasbro. Oh no! I can't believe Bobby was mean about Hasbro! Ah!
Dude, I mean, why can't you just shut up about Hasbro and continue with your toy line?
Leave the billion-dollar corporation alone.
If it's such a successful toy line like you say it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, people who deal with success will also make fun of other people. That's not mutually exclusive. Were you trying to say that adults, grown men, cannot handle Bobby being negative to a toy line or to a corporation, a billion-dollar corporation? I mean, you are, and trust me, I'm in some of these classified groups. I do genuinely see these people melt down. Bobby made fun of a Hasbro post HasLab. He made fun of a toy line. I'm going to scream. And yeah, I've seen them. Again, one of my most prolific stalkers is obsessed with the fact that I made fun of classifieds in 2019 and made fun of him on Twitter, and he's been going ever since. Some people call me a man-child because I like action figures. It's whatever, but these dudes are actually man-children. Like, I've had people, because people primarily insult others based on how they get insulted, who will come on here, Thundercat sucks. Okay. And it's because they tend to replace an actual personality or sense of self with what they like. That's how a child operates. Your children is what I am saying. Go do your homework, you literal children.
And why do you have to shun down Hasbro all the time?
Because it's fun.
Hasbro fans are going to be buying your toy line, you idiot.
Yeah, and if they're adults, they won't care. Like, dude, you have a mortgage. You're in your 40s. Like, what the heck, man? Why are you getting offended for the sake of Hasbro? I genuinely don't understand this mentality. I don't.
Why would you do that? That's so stupid.
Because he's right.
Because you got fired or whatever. I understand you used to work for Hasbro. I'm trying to pick up all the stories behind it and why you have such a vendetta. But
it is vendetta! You see, the truth of the matter is, Bobby was part of an ancient ninja clan, and Hasbro sullied his honor, so it is vendetta!
The basic truth of it is you are in the toy selling environment.
And he does very well at it.
You're here to sell toys, bro. And if you're going to put down, like, other toy companies while you're doing it, that's just going to make people not want to buy your toy, man.
Or adults can recognize, another adult is critical of his competition and says his feelings on it. Who cares?
Especially people like me.
Boy, you soft.
You put all this hard work into your company. Obviously, you're using cheap plastic from what I've seen. I guess.
Citation needed. Evidence required. Do you have the statistics? Do you know how much he pays on plastic? Do you know what that plastic tends to cost? Do you know the chemical makeup? What type of plastic he used? What manufacturer he gets it from? You don't know.
I got to review these other figures. So far, it's cheap plastic. The same shit that Super 7 used on their G.I.Joe.
That's actually factually incorrect. I have more than enough Super 7 stuff, and I will dog on it constantly. No, it is not the same type of plastic. It is not.
Okay, if you want to know the truth of it, and yeah, those broke on me too.
Then where's your video melting down about Brian Flynn being a proven liar? Oh, I'm sorry. It's because Brian Flynn acts all super ultra nice. I promise you, if I ever go to one of these shows Brian Flynn's at, and if I ever do, I will film this. I will shake that man's hand and I will tell him who I am, and I promise you his entire demeanor will change immediately. Because if one thing's been proven by my interaction with this Chad, unless people are really focusing on my voice, they won't recognize me when I show up.
But yeah, first figure in my hand and it breaks. Man, come on. And then I see you on the 3POA. Laser Pants, I love you to death. And I'm not putting down the 3POA or anything like that. I love that show. I think you guys are funny. I think you guys are entertaining. And in fact, Laser Pants, when you went to the SDCC, I was watching you the whole way, bro. It was hilarious. I had a good time that weekend. It was all because of you and Travis Moody. Travis Moody had some great interviews, and you guys engaged, and it was entertaining, which is how the toy community should be.
So no criticism, nothing like that. Just be entertaining. I mean, I think Bobby's pretty entertaining when he rags on Hasbro. That's a subjective term. But I want to go ahead and pose this because this is something I've seen pretty often. Well, I know that Aaron and Bobby are friends. But I'm sure if I tell Aaron that I love him and that I watch his stuff, Aaron won't at all be angry that I'm needlessly crying about his friend. Get some freaking standards.
All right? But when I see Bobby on the 3POA talking trash about Rattlers and just all kinds of stuff, man, just Hasbro in general, and it's like, bro, why would you even do that? I think you need to get off the live streams and go back into the production and start drawing up some new toys.
I mean, he does pretty good at it. He's pretty successful. I've never once in my life seen an Action Force figure at Ollie's or Ross. So, or even, I can go right now to my Walmart and I can pick up the retro carded Lady J for like $12. Awful figure, by the way. Just want to be clear on that.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
It is very unwise to quote scripture, even disregarding the fact that it's a video or a movie done by some foot fetish guy. It's very unwise to quote scripture while you act like this.
Now, I can tell you right now, Bobby Bala don't know who the hell I am. By the end of this video,
I know you did a live about the crappy G.I. Joe stuff, but did you attack Brian Flynn on a personal level? The answer is no, you did not.
He's gonna hate my guts. Do I give a damn? No.
You clearly did, buddy.
Will I see him at a toy convention? Probably. Am I worried about it? Hell no.
Little inside baseball. You should probably worry a little bit. Just a wee bit. Because you see, there's this one guy. And I mean, I don't remember who he is, clearly. I totally didn't do a stream on him. Picking apart his entire argument, making complete mockery out of all of his videos to the point to where he freaked out, shut down his channel, deleted all the socials about it, and ran. Who might, I don't know, might have been given a piece of paper a while ago, who, it's just, little birdies told me things. You probably should worry just a little bit.
If Hasbro could say anything to Bobby Bala, and of course Bobby's gonna say I'm a shill, and all the stuff we hear him say, we're just shills. And
well, I mean, they don't need to say anything to Bobby Bala. They're 3 steps behind him. They put out their ghillie suit guy, 6 months after he announces his? It's freaking goofy. And no, it wasn't Junkman. Junkman's never been dumb enough to swing at Bobby.
And Hasbro pays us and gives us free figs. I wish. That's not.
Well, I mean, a lot of people at Hasbro do give toy YouTubers free figs and contracts.
The case, buddy. That shit don't happen no more.
Yeah, it does.
Free nothing.
You're lying.
But if Hasbro had one thing to say to Bobby Bala, it would be this.
Do you want to hear my Fox Force 5 joke?
Sure.
3 tomatoes are walking down the street. Papa Tomato, Mama Tomato, and Baby Tomato. Baby Tomato starts lagging behind, and Papa Tomato gets really angry. Goes back and squishes him. Says, ketchup.
What was that supposed to mean? Bobby's literally been ahead of Hasbro in a lot of things. There's a reason why I can't sit there and treat Bobby's Action Force weapons like chewing gum.
Ketchup, motherfucker.
What's your thoughts on how to handle this?
Here's the thing, Bobby. On the 3POA, when you were asked about your future air support for your huge successful toy line, you claim that it's in the works, or you're working on it, or it's coming soon.
Well, it depends on what you mean by air support, because the Swarm Troopers in Wave 1, they are technically in the air. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, I'm here to tell you, Classified is already surpassed with air support. From the Trouble Bubble, Dragonfly, Claws coming out now.
Okay, who cares? Congratulations, you have a multi-billion-dollar company that's able to put out things faster that probably have a major amount of QC issues if the Sky Striker was any indication of that. Congratulations. And what is your point here?
Rattler's here. I mean, where's your air support at, man?
Oh no, Walmart can put out baked goods faster than Mama's Bakery down the street. Clearly, the bakery down the street needs to catch up. Are you hearing yourself?
And that's what I'm coming to this conclusion is.
Because you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bobby has made a vehicle that's, number one, cheaper than what Hasbro would have listed something like that as. has more detail to it, and didn't need to be crowdfunded. Bobby took the risk. And he's doing one for breast cancer, which is rad.
I think you want to talk bad about Rattlers and Hasbro in general because they do put a whooping on your toy line.
Well, I mean, they don't. They really don't. If they put a whooping on his toy line, Bobby would actually be worried about shutting his doors, and I promise you he's not.
When they compare Classified to Action Force, it's like dollar store toys and Toys R Us toys.
Well, Toys R Us is bankrupt and now gone, except for Canada. So it's a really bad comparison. Dollar Tree's still around. And Toys R Us didn't produce toys either. Neither does Dollar Tree. Where are these comparisons?
You know what I'm saying? We got the cheap stuff, and then we got the good stuff.
Classifieds by nature is cheaper than Action Force, comes with less things, and is much lower in quality. Gonna be blunt. And here's the thing. I am coming from an actually objective perspective as much as I can. While I like Bobby, I will absolutely criticize if I need to, and I have. Here's the thing. I own the retro-carded Baroness, and I own Pandora. Baroness is garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. Oh, you can put her a gun on her back. Yeah, and then she stares down because her hair's in the way. Like, how is Bobby's stuff cheaper when it's a higher quality of better plastic, better weapons, better sculpting? Better articulation, too. I don't think any one of Bobby's female figures has single pivot joints on the arm. I don't think a single one of them does. Also, I'm gonna be a little mean here. Bobby's female troopers actually look like they're women. And I'm not saying that to be sexist. I mean, I look at the Lady J figure I have, and it looks like somebody took the initial, like, feminine mold. Because Lady J is a gorgeous woman. Like, she is really attractive. But it looks like they took the mold and just, like, squished her between their hands. It's like, who melded this? It's awful. So bad. Like, what are you talking about?
All right? And that's an outside perspective that I think you need to hear, Bobby. Because you
Yeah, Bobby, listen to this guy who is mad about a broken foot.
need to go back to the drawing board. You need to reevaluate how you talk, how your product is made, what type of plastics they're using.
I mean, he's doing just fine. I don't think he needs to.
Don't be so cheap. Don't be a cheap bastard all your life.
Can you prove that he's being cheap? Some evidence, citation, numbers, figures, something around there.
I see all that cheap whiskey and shit you drink. Cheap bourbon. Get some real shit, man.
Maybe he just likes that. Like, what are you trying to be like an alcohol snob now too? Because what?
But yeah, you guys heard it first. I'm sorry I have to be the bad guy. I'm sorry you guys have to hear it like this. This is my opinion. I'm sorry if I offended any of my subscribers or any of 3POA subscribers. I do love you, Laser Pants. I'll love you to the day.
Well, I think about this, they're less offended than they are confused about why you're kind of dumb.
I die. All right, you're just a cool bro. But man, I had to say it.
Yeah, Ryan, you're the coolest guy. Is that Bobby you hang out with? He's the problem.
So make room for the bad guy. Make way for the bad guy. Because I'm gonna let you guys know what's up.
Bad guys always lose. You automatically took the losing position.
You heard it first on Aaron the Toyenhancer, unfiltered.
He's unfiltered, guys. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, right? Oh, Aaron here. Big boy Aaron. Like I said, he removed the videos. He unlisted them or whatever it is. Now, I probably am going to struggle to put this in the screen because it's text and we all know that I'm a boomer. But I will read it out for you. I said to him, "Hey, Aaron, why'd you private the video you were so proud of? Don't be a coward now." He says, "I spread the word on what I have to say. The negativity through the community is at an all-time high, I feel." Because he totally didn't, add to that. "And I don't want to contribute. I was very angry in these videos. I came to the conclusion that it is not only unfair to my subscribers, but against my standards. I believe in forgiveness and reflection." The forgiveness should be directed to you, not you to them. But one thing I do not want to do is spread hate. The one thing I don't want to do is nuke a city. Now, excuse me while I get my nuke. Nobody's perfect, especially me, but we can always try. I did my anger videos and they did theirs. Nobody won, nobody lost. Well, technically you lost every subscriber you made when you made this video, because you were talking, apparently, about the subscribers you made during this video. You lost all of them. I don't think it's Chad lost anything, and I certainly don't think Bobby did. So I said, come on now, don't start backtracking. That's just embarrassing at your age. Sometimes it's easier to forgive and forget instead of hate and be spiteful. If I let my anger consume me, I'm going to end up like Darth Vader. For the love. Okay. I am begging my age group to stop making everything a comparison to fiction. Please stop. Hope I didn't disappoint you. Dang, buddy. I didn't know you had a big channel. I love your Thundercat stuff, which, by the way, he decided to subscribe right after this. There's no way he watched my Thundercat stuff between then and now. I think it's worth to puff out your chest, say some dumb crap, give a weak apology, continue to get stupid, and then only put on the forgiveness idea after you're about to get dragged more. Doesn't smell like accountability. It smells like weakness. Now, I want to point out, the last guy I streamed about, who had a bad attitude about Bobby. We should remember that individual. They're gone now. Not dead, just, deleted everything. He made some mistakes, and one of which was listening to somebody named Patient Mental, who also nuked everything the minute that stream was done. You see, Aaron here had Patient Mental in his comments, and decided to be an unironic misogynist, and talking about how Bobby and crew are, and I quote, like women in that way. Now, did Aaron, the enlightened individual here, challenge him on that, and tell him that's uncalled for? That misogyny and sexism is completely out of line for all this? Nope. Just liked this comment and said, essentially, you're thinking what I'm thinking, chap. So, a little bit more background here. We're gonna go back to his little channel here. Now, I said, I just met him today. That's irrelevant. You co-signed an asinine statement that was right in your face. So, here's the thing. Before Bobby and It's Chad did their stream, he did his own stream where he issued an apology. Let's hear his apology.
My subscribers, that
Let's do his apology.
In my past, we'll say 2 videos I put out. First of all,
Let's make sure we don't miss anything.
what's up, everyone? I'm Aaron the Toyenhancer, and welcome to the channel. The chat's filling up quick. I wanted to address some things in my past, we'll say 2 videos I put out. First of all, I want to apologize for anybody that has action force in their house, and I may have offended. Don't want that to happen. I wasn't trying to offend anybody.
Except for Bobby, who you actually actively tried to offend.
And I even want to throw an apology out to Bobby for not knowing about his first wave, man. I truly just didn't know all the issues or that he was making replacements and all that. I found this out through the videos, obviously.
Now, I know Bobby's going to eventually watch this. He's probably watching Chad stream instead because he's a better streamer than me. But, Bobby, if you want to, please comment in the comment section about whether or not it was specifically his lack of knowledge about the quality control issues you addressed that actually offended you. Because I don't think it is, and we'll get into that shortly.
Didn't know. I'd never watched the video on it. I picked those figs up with great anticipation, and that's what happened. But I'm going to throw my apologies out to that because I at least owe Bobby and my subscribers that. Wasn't trying to offend anyone. Just an opinionated thing that happened, did the reviews, and it is what it is. But one thing, I'm going to say one thing I do hate. There's one thing I hate, and it's a bully, okay? I don't ever want to come off as one, and I don't ever want to be presented with one. So, bullies are bad.
Let's go ahead and do something real quick, because he did, and I don't know how I missed it. Maybe he said it in the other video that he removed. But he called Bobby a bully. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the magic of looking up definitions. A bully, a person who habitually seeks to harm or intimidate those who they perceive as vulnerable. Seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. I don't think Bobby looks at Hasbro and thinks they're vulnerable. Your definition for bully is off. Somebody being critical or being mean to a multi-billion-dollar corporation is not a bully. A bully requires by nature a power issue, a difference in power. I have bullied people, and I'm not going to deny that. Depending on who it was, I may have been in the wrong. I have bullied scumbags. Don't apologize for that. But I've also bullied people I shouldn't have, which I am sorry for, which is why I alter how I operate concerning those types of individuals going forward. However, Bobby is not a bully. That requires a specific power dynamic that he does not meet to. Unless you are admitting that Hasbro is genuinely intimidated by Bobby Vala, in which case you already lost. So, he says he apologized in DMs today. I don't care. And the reason I don't care is something we're about to get into. Now, I did invite somebody to come on and help me read these, but she's busy, unfortunately. So I am going to read... Oh, goodness. I'm going to read these off. Because you see, after the video came out, they had a discussion, you see. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Boop. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, I want you to be aware, Aaron started this communication. He says, "Hey, Bobby, hope you're having a good day. Sorry to bother you." That's why I'm putting on the wrong voice. Now, I'm not going to do the mocking him voice. I'm going to try to actually match his voice, okay? So just be aware of that. Ow. "Hey, Bobby, hope you're having a good day. Sorry to bother you, but Kevin Butler said you may be interested in going on a live stream and chatting with me about your toy line. I would also be interested in talking about Hasbro and any other points of interest you may like to chat about. I'm sure you realize I'm not your normal toy tube channel. You very much so are, my dude. I'm not like every other toy channel because I don't always talk about toys. But that always makes things so much more interesting. Anyways, give it a thought, and thanks for your time. My live streams normally go Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, but I'm open to any options you may need to work around for your schedule." Let's make sure that this moves to the right. Oh, it doesn't. Shoot. Give me a second. Let me unzip this if I can. I don't know if I can. Whoop. To the downloads with you, knave. Actually, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, a little bit of fun. If you guys want me to, instead of using something closer to his real voice, using a Cobra Commander voice, let me know. Hit 1 if you want me to do that. Goodness. I have too much in my download folder. Well, you guys certainly hate my throat. Let me find where the folder copied because it didn't immediately pop up under A's. I am very smart. S-M-U-R-T. Smart. Bunch of old stuff here. My Akbar lines. Tugged on it. Weird. Let's try this again. Let's copy instead and go directly to it. Because I want to be able to move from place to place. There it is. I know Frieza is a good choice, but we're talking about G.I. Joe, so, you know, essentially. A whole bunch of other numbers don't count! Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the Cobra Commander voice. So, Bobby is next. See if I can do a Bobby impression. This is going to not be good. But let me make sure I shrink this into the screen first. I'm the most prepared streamer of all time, I promise. I never, ever come unprepared for anything. Talking like that, I might as well be a VTuber. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for reaching out. Yeah, Kevin and I were talking about the two of us having a conversation. I was definitely open to it at first. However, after reading some of your responses to the comments on the video, it doesn't seem like you would be all that receptive to having an actual conversation. Your intentions with the video were pretty clear, so it would be basically just me defending myself since the shots were already fired. You used a broken figure to expose me, but I had made the customers aware of that issue the second it came up and replaced everyone that notified us. I don't see other complaints acknowledging any issues or sending out replacements. I'm going to give it some more thought, and I'll be in touch with whatever decision I decided to make. Kevin mentioned you are trying to break into the toy industry, specifically Hasbro. Well then, doesn't that speak for why he's so gung-ho about defending Hasbro? Bro, they're not going to hire you based on defending them, I promise you. Hasbro is my dream, and I made tons of sacrifices to get there. This is why my feelings on them are so strong. Not sure if school is an option, but Fit and Otis have toy design degrees. I did Fit. Hasbro gives a lot of designers from Fit, but I hear Otis now has the better program. Bobby is responding fairly positively.
No, absolutely no problem. That's why I call a win-win for me. I get to keep making videos, and you get to keep reading nasty comments made by the public about your toy line, without the opportunity to defend yourself. I understand adult conversation time can be intimidating, especially from the way you act on other live streams. It's something you have to grow into as you get older. Thank you for your time, sir.
That's the type of response I figured I'd get from an attention seeker. I wish you luck with your toy design endeavors. You should break in with Hasbro about the same time it takes for my line to improve. Let's see here.
I hate to say it, but the more figures I open from your line, the worse it is getting. The proof is in my videos. You must have had to spend a fortune on replacements. I see why you're so bitter now. It's very obvious. Sorry you were misinformed about me trying to get a job with Hasbro. I have my own construction company for over 20 years. I've already made millions, but we will sadly keep going through your figures, and hopefully I will come across one that will actually be functional. I'm sorry you're so bitter that Hasbro surpasses your line. Maybe you should go back to the drawing board and just restart. I would definitely recall all the crap that I have opened. I can't believe these figures are circulating in homes, and they don't even function. How do you sleep at night? I feel real bad for the inbox collectors. They will eventually open the figures and be so disappointed. It's really sad. I can understand how you can't defend a product publicly when it's truly awful.
Here's the thing. Inbox collectors don't open their figures, dude. That's why they're inbox collectors. Get in line behind the other useless humans that have tried to take me down. They all failed. That's actually factually correct. Construction, huh? Might have to look into this. People's safety might be at risk. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. I'm not done with you yet, attention seeker. You have attacked me and my fans, so I don't look on that lightly. Oh, and I sleep at night on a pile of money? Going for that Scrooge McDuck strat.
Do you actually hate me because your line is terrible? I'm giving honest reviews. That's the funniest crap I've ever heard. You hate me because your line is terrible.
I don't hate you. I feel sorry for you. My line is great. If it was as bad as you said, then it would not have survived for years and over 100 items. You think we're going to believe a hillbilly loser like you? There are hundreds or thousands of happy customers and only a small percentage of people like you that don't have facts and have an agenda or has... I'm not saying that. Keep doing you. Every time one of you idiots replace the previous one, I get excited. You guys are entertaining. Now, there's going to be some people here who think, well, Bobby came in a little heated. Bruh. He's given exactly what he got. In fact, Bobby was extremely polite until this guy got goofy. I don't blame Bobby. In fact, I probably would have been meaner in different ways.
I just got to know one thing. When you read my comments, do you do it in that goofy 12-year-old voice you make on the 3POA?
I mean, now they're not going to.
If there's any truth behind your followers, then I wouldn't have gained a crap ton of subscribers yesterday and likes. The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Bruh, argumentum ad populum means nothing. There's a lot of people who like Justin Bieber's music. And there's a lot of people who like John Lennon of the Beatles, despite the fact that he's a wife beater. A bunch of people agreeing does not give evidence that you're right. Look at my followers versus yours. I'm not saying that. Wow, you really are as dumb as you sound. When you read my comments, do you do it in the same unintelligent white trash voice? Thank you for your entertainment. This is better than Deadpool and Wolverine.
Exactly. Look at your subscribers and look at mine. I've only been on YouTube 1 year. I'm almost at 2K. You have this huge and big company.
He doesn't though.
I'll fly right by you in 2 years. Why, you may ask? Because I'm real. I was once a man, and I don't go on live streams acting like a dick with the ears.
Acting like a dick with the ears? Do you know of dicks that have ears? I'm very confused.
You are definitely a piece of work. Send me a new swarm trooper. The one I have can't move his hips or ankles.
Did you heat it up?
I had to pull his hands off with channel locks.
Channel locks? You had to pull them off with... How does it do? I've done construction, all right? People have seen my freaking hands on my videos. I have big, meaty claws. If you need a channel lock, not a pair of pliers, but a channel lock to get hands out, bruh, you are soft. 2 years, huh? I'll take that bet. Although it's not like I can win anything from you because your life is worthless. Ooh, mean. You need me for attention because you can't amount to anything. Good job being worthless.
I have 492 videos. 2 of them were on you. Yeah, obviously you don't pay attention to numbers or watch anyone's content.
I mean, he watches mine. Poor sucker. Look, Crossbone says that voice almost sounds like Negaduck. I'll tell you guys what. If you want me to do Negaduck instead of Cobra, I will.
It was so funny watching you two.
Like the artist? The music artist?
Try to figure out that HasLab weren't using repaint figs.
You mean when they were just talking about what users were talking about?
I don't think you guys realize that people are watching you to laugh at how stupid you act.
No?
But regardless, it's entertaining. I've never seen a grown man trapped in a 12-year-old mindset. Your wife must yell at you all the time.
What? But what does his wife have to do with any of this? Bro, you made a mistake.
Have a good day, sir. Let me know if you can defend your toy line. I know it's a lot of work for you. Almost impossible.
Actually, we'll be going over another one of his very shortly here, Robert's Infinite Realms. Okay, hit 1 if you want Negaduck instead of Cobra, because this actually is starting to hurt. Now that you've mentioned my wife, I will go to the ends of the earth to end you. You couldn't just keep it between us. What's coming is now on you, big boy. All right. Let's see if I can move to Negaduck then. So, she does yell at you a lot. She does yell at you. I've got a secret for you, Bobby boy. I'm not too worried about a YouTube channel. Hey, buddy, just wanted to give you a little relief that I'm not going to be making any more of your videos for now. In reality, I'm not that kind of guy. But I want you to know that I did not know about all your defects in the line. You're acting like people are supposed to know about this. I don't follow you. I'm not that big of a fan, and you're not that big of a toy dealer. So I'm telling you, I honestly did not know about your defects. I made a public apology on my live stream just for you, buddy. And I'm sure by now you've realized that I'm friends with most of your friends. I'm even friends with Chad. But hey, he needs his views also. So I'm not going to hate Chad because I support him through his brother's passing, and we've had great live streams in the past. Why would you bring that up as a point? Why? My heart goes out to Chad because he lost his brother. He lost his brother the weekend I met him. You do not use another man's grief as a shield for your bad actions. What is wrong with you? Okay, give him. All I wish for is that this little episode in the past 2 days shows you that you need be a little more humble in life, buddy. I'm not gonna sit here and hate on you. Am I upset with you trying to be a bully all the time? Yes. Do I deal with bullies? This will be known to the community. But you can't tear apart someone who is loved by their personality. Who loves you? If you spent more time developing your personality and talking like a normal person does, your line will take off. Let's see here. So now that I've said my piece, you will see decency from me at this point because I am a mature human being. And I will mention that your next wave coming, whenever it gets here, does look very appealing. And I must mention that if you weren't going on live streams, showing people your true colors all the time, your toy line would be even more successful than it is now. I don't know if I sound like a broken record, but these are perspectives from several people inside the community I talk with every day. The Fearsome Five. I can't see through the... Oh, there it is. Take this little event as some awareness and use it to your benefit. I'm not trying to sound like a mule, but this is what we call logical thinking, Bobby. Don't think with your anger, think with your business mind. And I just recently won a bone collector from Shane Same Time Toys. So who knows? I might do a beautiful review on the wonderful figure you've made. It's not impossible. Just try to be a better person. You don't have to play Mr. Tough Guy. F Hasbro for what they did to you. And just get over it. You don't have to downplay them. You can be better than that, is what I'm trying to make you realize. Cheers, bro. And have a good stream tonight. Tell Chad I still love him. This whole time, I'm not trying to tear down your toy line. My videos were meant to grab your attention. Just yours, really. I don't seek attention. Which is why you didn't just message him. Bring you on my show and make you realize you don't have to be a bully no more, buddy. You don't have to talk bad about Hasbro. Your line will be more successful with being a good guy. And by good guy, I mean fake positivity. You can always attract more bees with honey. Well, yeah, because you stole it from them. They want it back. I hate to see so much potential wasted over a bad attitude. And I'm not trying to sound like a preacher, therapist, or a parent. I'm trying to approach you as a human being. Change is not a bad thing. It can be really good for your line at this point. So, in conclusion, you can be better than Hasbro. This is what we would have reached in my live stream if you accepted. And you would realize this guy is not really trying to tear me down. He wants to help me. Thank God I can go back to a regular voice. I don't know why I'm even giving you the time of day, or maybe I'm just dumb for wasting my time. Maybe I just want to expose your behavior. Oh well, here goes. Hey buddy, just wanted to give you a little relief that I'm not going to be making any more of your videos for now. In reality, I'm not that kind of guy. But I want you to know I did not know about your defects in the line. You're acting like... Okay, he's just quoting and going back. First off, I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, guy. So now you don't want views? What happened to all that talk about growing your channel bigger than mine? And relief? You give yourself too much credit. As I mentioned, people like you have come and gone. They tried so hard to destroy me, my company, and my line, and have all failed. You think you're the first one to do a hit piece on me? The ones before you had bigger channels and they couldn't get it done and just got exposed for false narrative. I tried to explain the defect issue on the figures, and you decided to act like a jerk off in our chat. Maybe you got enough comments from the community that you had to change your mind. Which, by the way, usually in a G.I.Joe classified group, when people dog on Action Force, they go nuts supporting him. They made fun of this guy. They just made fun of this guy. I guess people have to learn from their mistakes and make stupid attention-seeking videos to find out the truth instead of taking 5 minutes to do research. And you call that an apology? You pissed off enough Valaverse fans. No apology for bringing up my wife like a scumbag? Which is my main sticking point, by the way. Because here's the thing. If I was having this conversation with this doofus, and he caught himself immediately said, you know what? I got too heated. That's my bad. I was completely out of line. I'm sorry. I would have let it go. Maybe Bobby would. I don't know. But he could have at least tried. But he didn't. To this day, he hasn't. Big man talking about bullies when your own behavior shows your true nature. Good on you, bro. And I'm sure by now you have realized that I'm friends with most of your friends. Here we go again. And you did a good job of pissing off a lot of these friends. True. Even friends with Chad. Hold on. So you are an expert on one type of personality is needed to run a successful company. Have you written many books? How many companies have you built with this expertise? Real quick, going to go ahead and put this out. F.Rom Josine has published more books than this guy. Bobby won't know who that is, but everybody else will. If you think I'm being a bully, then what the F do you call yourself? You bring someone's family into a messenger spat? Oh no, you're a saint and you don't do any wrong. You are the big hero standing up to bullies. Look at your behavior. Don't worry, the community will know how you behave. You acted like a complete scumbag during our chat, acting like you are the quintessential human being, or quintessential perfect human being. And just to follow up on your quote, maybe there are many people out there that love my personality. Ever think that? And I'm real, unlike many others out there. Also true. My views, followers, and sales are more than the haters, so obviously I'm correct. You can't please everyone in the toy community. Looks like I'm doing a pretty good job of it, though there will always be haters. You can't change the haters. My fan base grows every day, so I'm doing something right. A mature human being? F you are, dim. The last guy that brought up my family got chastised by the community. Think that was decent of you? If people don't buy my products because of what they think about me, then that is their decision. Let me give you some examples of why it makes no sense for doing it that way. Billions of people bought iPhones, yet Steve Jobs was notorious for being an a-hole. I'm not saying I'm an a-hole, but I'm saying that his personality didn't stop people from buying his products. I hate Hasbro, yet I buy their stuff. Super 7 lies to their fan base, and people buy their stuff. Hasbro lays off thousands of people each year. If you want something, then buy it. If you let someone's personality stop you from buying something, then you're the one missing out. Sure, you can have your principles, but then don't complain that you don't have something later. I clearly say in live streams that if you want something, then buy it. Who gives a crap what someone thinks? Buy what makes you happy. Unlike me, I will tell people not to buy things. I personally will. Who are you to tell me to be a better person? Go look at how you acted in our chat. I gave you a polite reply and you immediately took more shots. Let me ask you this. Have you ever given your heart and soul to a company you loved and then had them turn their back on you? If not, then you can't tell me to stop talking about Hasbro. That company treats people like garbage and lays off thousands of hardworking people each year, but you go ahead and keep praising them and crapping on me. I put my fans first and I've proven it. Have they? What have they done for the fans? They squeeze you like a sponge for every dollar. You are a fiend for that nostalgia nectar and they know it. I don't really care what you think of my stuff. You made up your mind. You obviously think you are a better designer than me. Okay. Where's your toy line? Oh wait, you're an armchair quarterback sticking your fingernail into figures to explain plastic. It's called Durometer. You're an expert though, so you must have known that. Lenny must have told you all about that. Newsflash, he doesn't. He doesn't know what that is, otherwise he would have done straight weapons. He doesn't know what a Yiksank texture book is either. Do you? Sounds like a Star Wars character. Here's some inside baseball. The durometer degree of PVC I use is 90. It comes in all different degrees. The lower it goes, the softer it is. 80 to 70 is used for vests. You know, The things that don't come off classified figures. Oof. Series 1 was 95 and it was too hard, so we changed it. I used 90 because when a figure is on your shelf, I want it to remain standing and not fall over with time. Also, not all plastics are the same. Some batches may say 90, but are closer to 85. This is why you have to see the test shots first and make changes from there. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Because you are the... Where is it? I don't know why I'm telling you all this, because you are the expert on all things. I've been collecting toys all my life, Bobby. I have no intentions for working for a toy company. Aaron. You're very lucky, because I know you didn't look into it. You're very lucky I don't cuss. Because you putting me on and having your kids listen to me, not knowing that beforehand, makes you kind of stupid. I've already made my money. My intentions are to help you be a better person. I, too, was once a dick and an a-hole. Yesterday. Until somebody enlightened me. And if you want to know what really did it for me, it was training jiu-jitsu for the past 8 years. Yes! Learning how to violently break a human being makes you a better person. You didn't apologize for bringing his family into it, Aaron. Please stop lying to people. Please. I don't want to have to remove you from the chat because I like it when my targets stay around, but don't do that. This is what humbled me. It made me appreciate the little things in life. It made me see that people are equal. I mean, smaller guy in a jiu-jitsu tournament against a bigger guy, not inherently. It helped me let go of my traumatizing crap from the past that kept me angry. What was that? And I saw it in your video. That was anger. Interesting. It made me realize we can all agree to disagree and still have good conversation. This is my main goal. By the way, this is all manipulation. And I'm not very good at spotting it, which is why I was taken for a ride for 2 years. But this is blatant. If I miss this, somebody needs to take me out back and old yeller me. To instill this valuable information to you. I know Hasbro hurt your feelings. I know that's traumatizing. But don't let Hasbro win by letting it get the better of you. Do good in your company, show people you're a good person, and you may eventually fly right by Hasbro. And of course, by be a good person, he means never be critical or make fun of a company. Because here's the thing. I checked with Bobby to see if your apology was real and given to him. I checked. Because here's the funny thing. If you had given Bobby a sincere, actual apology, noting that bringing his family into it was stupid, I would have canceled the stream. But I find you to be duplicitous. I find you to be a liar. And I don't like liars. I'm no competition for you or any other toy company. I'm not trying to be. My YouTube is just a hobby, where we reflect on toys. I'm just a toy collector. I don't need to be famous or get big. But I'm going to help people in my journey of showing the toy collecting life that I live. What in the world? What in the world? The Bible talks about being a light unto others, showing them Christ through your actions. This is the first time I have seen someone try to apply theological thinking and rationale of enlightenment to toy collecting. I'm going to show you the true path of consumerism. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is delusional! That is the only intentions of my channel. To document my journey, you are in the toy business. You need to be as professional as possible. By whose standards? And I never made fun of your wife, for the record. No, but you brought her up, which was his point. I would never do that. I just said she must yell at you a lot. So I didn't make fun of your wife. I just assumed that you two have marital problems because I'm angry at you for your toys. And that means you're such a bitter person that she gets angry with you sometimes. I would never say anything bad about your wife. Okay, my kids are laughing. I can handle criticism. Okay, gonna be mean. Don't grow up to be weak like your dad. Your dad's weak. Sorry if you perceived that in the wrong way. And if I was truly a dick, I would have took the threatening messages right to the police to put a restraining order on you and follow you to every toy convention in town so you couldn't attend. Now that would be a dick. The cops would laugh at you. What threats? That you own a construction company and you want us to look into it? It's not... The cops would look at you and wonder... They'd probably drug test you. They would probably drug test you. And here's the thing. Bobby sells things at a toy convention. If you were to try to go to a restraining order, which, by the way, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. Flatly, it's going to fail. You don't know anything about the court system if you think it would work. They would look, okay, do I bring in a guy who brings in people, spends money here, is going to absolutely make sure our show has like monetary value, or Joe Random 42 who dresses up like a Cobra soldier but doesn't have the decency to take a laser in the face like one. They're going to go with Bobby because he makes some money. So you'd be banned. I'm not that guy, Bobby. And if you pay a little attention to my channel, you will understand that I'm a good guy. A rich man does not need to tell you that he's rich. You're not a logical human being, Aaron. Logical human beings don't talk or act like you. Like I said, I was once a bitter person like you. I made the change and it did nothing but better in my life. Real talk from a real person, not no toy company. I don't care what Crow has to say, so I'm going to skip this manipulation. The public wants you to change. The public can kick rocks. Sorry for all the messages. I'm going to let you go. I have to get back to work. Do the stream. I won't be upset. I just wanted you to hear my final intentions of the whole matter. AKA, he got caught in his backtracking. Like I said, I went through the same thing. You were hired by Hasbro. You went through your entire life, like, going for that goal, and then they dicked you over? Huh, interesting. But you don't make toys. It was just a slower process of getting my butt beat by several people for several years on the jiu-jitsu mats. I, too, was bitter. Ooh, awards. This was my reward when I made the change. It made me into a 12-time IBJJF. IBJIF. They made him an IBJIF. No one cares. International world champion and still a douchebag. You know, when I studied Hakushin Itoryu under Sensei Daryl Craig, he made the statement in his books and in the dojo that every stroke of a sword should cut down the user's ego. And the reason why he says that is because it will actually humble you if you pay attention and realize how frail human life is. This dude had no clue about any of that. You do care about subs. It's why you try to use it as a talking point. Again, if you lie one more time, Aaron, one more time, I will remove you. But the only people who know this side of me are the ones that are allowed into my home. I'm sharing this with you to let you know my reward for change. And yours will come too, selling more product. One thing about manipulators is they try to give you a form of intimacy or secret knowledge to gain your trust. No, she doesn't yell at me, but you brought her up nonetheless. You missed every point I made, but I'm not surprised. You think that you're an amazingly good human because you do jujitsu. Congratulations! You had like a total a-hole in our chat and took no responsibility for it, and now you're backtracking. You say that you aren't that guy, but you sure showed that guy in our chat in your videos. I love my life and my company and my family. I don't need to do, based by the way, I don't need to do anything different because I'm happy and successful. I like going up against Hasbro because they're a bully. I don't need your advice. I'll be done with you after tonight. You can parade all you want like a good person, but you showed your true colors. You attacked me first. Remember that. Koopa, anything by Sensei Daryl Craig? Was I attacking you or just speaking the truth to get your attention? You were attacking him. Nothing you said was true. How would you know if I'm lying if we just met today? Because your statements contradict what you say in DMs. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Years ago, when I lived in Florida, I had a next door neighbor across the street named Mr. Ken. I did not like Mr. Ken. He was a dick. But one day, he was telling me about how he was mowing his lawn and he looked down because he felt something on his leg and saw a snake wrapped around his leg. And he told me he killed it. Now, I've always cared for animals. So, I asked him, in my childhood naivete, did you check to see if it was venomous or not? And that man looked at me sternly and said, son, I didn't have time to get its ID. I just knew it needed to be gone. I do not need to know you intimately as a person, Aaron, to be able to notice when you are contradictory and you are lying. I don't. You're the snake around the leg and needs to be gone. I was successful at my first task. I have your attention now. You could have sent some flowers. I did consider and understand everything you told me. But I'm letting you know my final goal. If you came onto my live stream, that's what would have happened. You would have lectured him. It had to be a good person. A good person. Or would you have been on the defensive the whole time? I don't know. I had to be a dick in the beginning to let you know how serious I am about what we're talking about now. Funny, because Articulated Ninja got Bobby's attention by just being critical in a non-dickhead way. In a sense, I had to beat your butt a little bit to show you how good you can be. Oh, save it, you sanctimonious piece of garbage. So pay me a little attention afterwards to see that no matter what is said about me tonight, I do not get bitter, nor retaliate. No, you just lie. Lie. And then maybe you will trust what I'm saying. I don't want to be the guy tearing Action Force apart. You're not big enough to. I want to be the gentleman who enlightened Bobby Vala. So, I have a question, Aaron. If I go to the people who fund your construction site and tell them all this nonsense you pulled, and then say later on this to make you a better person, is that okay? Is that okay? Asking for a friend. Cheers, man. I've got to go drop material off to my crews. Do you talk about their wives when you do it? You are far from an effing gentleman. Enjoy tonight. Let me see how many I've got left here, because I'm curious. Downloads. Aaron. Okay. Why is there something called jerkoff.doc in this file? I'm going to look at that in a minute. Either way, I got my point across. And I was the same way at first. But later on today, maybe a couple of weeks from now, who knows, maybe years from now, you're still going to think about this conversation and laugh. Boop. Keep up with the chat. My construction company is not advertised. We are constantly doing work. Intellius. That's all I'm going to say to you. Google it. And this is the pinnacle moment in time that you can seize for yourself. I'm just trying to enlighten you. Some reason you still think I care about people's opinions about my reviews, which is why you're running your mouth in the comments here. If people didn't like what I was talking about, they wouldn't have liked the video. Okay? Raccoons like trash. What's your point? You may want to peek in the comments and take a look at the subscribers I got from it, says the guy who doesn't care about subscribers. So I'm not wrong about what I'm saying. By the way, half those people were trashing you. And people agree with me. Yeah, and there's some people there who think that children should be allowed to date adults. That doesn't mean you're right. I'm trying to get you to change. You don't have to be so bitter. That stuff is stressful and it's not good for your health. Where's your degree, dickhead? I already gave you the go-ahead to follow through with your show tonight because he needed your approval, your permission. You will see. I have learned a lesson to be better than that. Many, many years ago. Grandpa said years ago that a man can talk all day and say absolutely nothing. I learned this, but you can't respect someone's opinion if they're just going to be nice to you all the time. That's what you wanted Bobby to do, you stupid clown. Bobby, I had to be mean to make you understand this ultimate goal. I had to beat you for you to understand not to make sure my dinner's late. This is asinine. This is just gross. This entire thing is gross, manipulative, gaslighting garbage. I don't know if you're religious. I'm not going to skip all this because the last part just blows me away. I don't know if you're a religious man, but sometimes God works in mysterious ways. Do not bring up God when you are a son of Satan. What is it Jesus said to the Pharisees? You'll travel the world to find people to make essentially your acolytes, only to make them twofold more a child of hell. That's what you're doing. Do not invoke the name of God when you act like this. Because you see, I can sit here and I could aggressively talk to you and make fun of the fact that you're just a manipulative gaslighter. But when you start talking about God, that means you are now in a different realm here. Now you have stepped into Scripture. Now you have stepped into the edification process of the church. Every single piece of garbage you have spread on your videos, in this live stream, on these comments, is heretical, demonic garbage. This is not how you speak to somebody. You being a consistent liar is also completely contrary to the Word of God. Do not invoke God in your garbage. I don't know what Bible you read, but you might want to return it and get a real one. Study to show yourself approved, of worksmen who need not be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. Seek your own salvation with fear and trembling. If you're not scared, you're not doing it right. You see, there's a specific way that you're supposed to be dealing with actions like this within a church body. First, you're supposed to confront them directly. You have done wrong. You should repent and change your actions. Then if that doesn't work, you bring a witness with you. Correct this issue. Repent. Do better. And if that doesn't work, you have to bring them before the congregation. And if that doesn't work, you mark him and you avoid him. What you are speaking here is a doctrine of demons. And you are to be condemned for it. I recommend you actually do what you're saying here that Bobby should do. You should repent. And turn from your wicked ways. You took an action figure company and treated it with more respect than an image bearer of God. Because according to Scripture, since you want to talk about God, man is made in the image of God. We are his image bearers. And you are demeaning him over toys. Not over his actual actions, but because he said mean things about a company that every single member of that company will go to their grave and meet the Lord at his judgment before ever knowing you. Okay. Now, I'm going to real quick open whatever this doc is. Because I'm curious now. About to get me start sweating under the collar like a Baptist preacher. I really hope there's nothing horrible in this doc. No, it's not a virus. Bobby sent me this. If he sent me a virus, it's kind of counterproductive. It can be funny though. Just a doc virus that does nothing but say by action force whenever I turn something on. Oh, this is interesting. It's go away. It's just a direct text version of some of this stuff. All right, so what we're going to do now, since we're done with the back and forth and the duplicitous actions of a person who needs to repent, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to another one of his videos. Because Biakuaz, somebody, a certain Australian, who saved the stream, by the way, by sending me this doofus's video, said that I should look at another one of his videos, and I'm going to laugh if he takes it down in the middle of this. Where is this? His other exposed video. If it's not in his videos, it's probably... Actually, what am I doing? What was the name of that thing? What did he tell me it was? Doggone my brain. Boop. Oh. The based man that he is already sent me the video itself, so we can skididdly-diddly this back. All right, so he apparently did another video on something called Toy Federation, and I was told that despite people saying it's a good video, that it's actually really bad. So let's have a gaff at this, shall we? Shall we, chat? Ooh, a Watchtower video. That's always good.
You know, so I keep watching Toy Federation, and what it eventually came down to is I was like, this isn't a toy store. This is basically a pawn shop where you go and sell your little collection for as much as you can get, and you walk out the door, and it just has that bad feeling, that bad taste in your mouth after you've done business with them. And I'm sure a lot of his customers have felt that way, but obviously needed the money. I'm all for someone to get a deal here and there, but when it's repetitively done and videotaped, it kind of stands out. So I decided to make this video because I had some altercations with Toy Federation. All right, and when I seen their setup the first time at Toyenhancer, I was checking their price points. And man, were they insane. So I found a figure.
Wait, so I want to make sure I get this right. Is this dude actually complaining about the fact that, like, resale companies will buy the figure at a lower price than they sell them from? Is that what I'm hearing? Somebody tell me that's not what I'm hearing, because that's what I'm hearing. This is going to be real stupid.
That I did want. It was marked insanely high, a big, huge price on it, and I wanted to see what he would do if I offered him a trade. How fair would he be about it? All right? So we have some video content that we're going to roll through.
Fairness is subjective.
I'm going to do the trade, and I'm going to explain.
Or to quote a certain cartoon character, fairness is the philosophical tooth fairy.
What's going on as I'm going through this process. So please, stick with me, and let me reveal the truth about the Toy Federation.
All right, guys, we're here at Toy Atlanta. I'm about to do a trade with Toy Federation. He has a toy that I want. I've been looking for it, and I drastically need it. Have an extra vamp. You guys know that? So we're gonna go see if we can make a trade. Let's go find him.
Got a hand truck here if you want more. I'm all in, yeah.
There we go.
I mean, in fairness, I probably couldn't look in either because you look goofy in that outfit.
So here it is, man. Come on, grab, take a look. Nice.
So we're swapping.
Yes, we're swapping.
All right, I need these for my customers in the shop.
Is this your first one you got?
I got 2 more down there.
Oh, you got
another vendor. We traded some Wolverines and Saber-tooth packs.
Oh, okay.
So.
Also, him not looking at you directly in the eye, I mean, For all you know, the guy might be on the spectrum. Maybe he just struggles with that. That's not an indication that he's unfair.
He was happy, I was happy.
Awesome, man. I've been looking for him forever, and I know his price fluctuates, so.
Yeah, he's cool though.
Yeah. I had that one when I was a kid, you know, and I had the original at home, but man, to have it again, and like, I even when I was a kid, you remember Beast Master?
Oh, yeah.
With the ferrets and stuff? And
The
had
fight
that,
singer, Toto and Hodo.
yes, and they had that evil guy, right? And he got that part sliced off his helmet. I broke it off when I was a kid just so I could have that, like it was him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love Beastmaster.
But yeah, man.
I don't know about Beastmaster 2 though.
Yeah, I wish
Tony, good one.
I wish they did a toy line on that.
That would have been great.
That would have been awesome. The little baby.
Okay, real quick, I need to check. How long? A month ago. Okay, so a month ago, the War Duke hadn't really hit all the targets that it's currently at now. I can go find 5 of them right now. So, a highly sought-after figure. And you bring him a vamp. And you're mad at him for taking the deal. Okay.
Baby ferrets. And...
That was awesome.
I didn't lose the gargoyle either.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So that's went down. I was going to ask him why the price was so high on this product, but he peeled the sticker by the time I got back. Totally threw me off guard. I didn't have the solid evidence that I needed to push forward with asking him more questions. So I decided to let it be. It is what it is. I made a huge mistake by telling him I would like to record the exchange and put it on YouTube. He agreed and knew I was coming back with the camera. If I had not done that, maybe the price would have still been on the War Duke. But
Or maybe... If you say to a dude, hey, I want to trade, and you tell him what you're bringing in and he agrees to it, they're going to take the price off the thing anyway so people don't think it's for sale. That's common. What are you on about? You assume intent. You assume, well, he's not looking at me. He knows I'm planning to expose him. Again, he might be on the spectrum. He's doing what is normal for people, because I've done trades with people before, and they'll take the price off the thing and set it aside for me. That's normal. What's wrong with you?
I have some more evidence of Toy Federation and what type of people they truly are. Let's go to our next clip.
We'll see you live tonight from the lobby or from our room, okay? Me and Crow go on tonight.
My deepest apologies, guys. I failed y'all. We'll do better.
No worries.
As I am walking by Toy Federation, you will hear me give their plug. Still, after what happened to me back in Toyenhancer.
Right here, guys. You know Toy Federation. He's always doing wheeling and dealing and picking up toys from people that need a little cash, man. So that's nice. Sometimes you got to part with your collections, and he's the man to do it.
Now, as I am walking up here, you will notice a gentleman that works for Toy Federation. I'm not sure of his name, but I'm sure you've seen him many, many times. And what happens is he blocks the entrance that I have to peek through here. There he is, right there.
Keep going.
This normally would not bother me, but
His back is to you. His back is to you. How do you magically come up with this idea that he's intentionally blocking you when he doesn't even see you? Here's the fun thing. I've been to tons of toy shows. People's spatial awareness sucks. Also, people need deodorant. He had an $85 sticker on the War Duke. We all know it sells for $30. Yeah, MSRP. But when something first comes out and people really want it, the price jacks up. People were selling the remastered TMNT figures for like $120. Twice what they're worth. More than twice what they're worth. When they first came out, people bought them. Because scarcity drives value. So maybe you should have just waited a month, Aaron.
he aggressively made 5 to 6 steps, turned his back on me, and swelled up, trying to keep me from coming in there to look at the prices at their
That's not him swelling up like Mr. Jiu-Jitsu.
setup of toys.
Thank you again for my purchase today. In front of everybody. This is Rob, everybody. Savage Crucible. Yes, I picked up some awesome figures. And again, I'm not going to tell you guys what I purchased. You're going to have to watch the review, all right? Thanks, man.
So in closure, when I was giving the Toy Federation plug, or was about to give the plug, I normally would have walked in, showed some toys, and talked good about them so everyone can stop by. But if your henchmen are going to try to keep me from entering your place because they
Bro, you dress like a henchman. You don't get to talk about others.
know I am doing a live, and number one, it's a public convention. I can record anything I want in this area. As soon as you guys decide to set up, it is free to record and take pictures of.
They didn't stop you from recording. You assumed intent because some dude didn't actually pay attention to where you were going. People are awkward in nerd spaces because they're nerds. Good God.
And again, please take this video for what you will. I wanted to get this off my chest. It really bothered me. I've always been super polite with the people, and now I definitely want to expose the dirty things that they truly do. And after this happened, I can safely say that I will not purchase anything from Toy Federation ever again.
I might just despite you.
Which is a damn shame because I spend a lot of money at these conventions. All right? Because I'm looking for quality people who are not there to rip you off to the point of where you're unhappy with it. And I'd hate for that to happen to anyone. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got a little information. Again, this is my opinion, and this is what happened to me. You can base how you deal with this Toy Federation on your own opinions and your own experience. But if you do not hear these stories, then you will truly never know how shady some people can be. And here at the Toyenhancer channel, when I have a bad experience, I want to share it with you guys so you don't run into the same problem. So, until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Timothy Ward, for the $5 super chat. I think Aaron the Toyenhancer wants to join the stream. He keeps trying to defend himself in the chat. If he wants to, he can hop into the server. I'd be happy to chat with him. But the thing is, like, trades, deals, they come down to a very important concept. Consent. I have had trades with friends that the item I'm trading or the item they're trading has a higher value than vice versa, but it's not about the money to us. It's about, I want that item and they want this item. So we consent to that. It's not inherently anybody getting ripped off. You offer them a vamp for an $80 figure. You did. They didn't rip you off. You consented to that deal knowing full well what your vamp was worth at the time. Because I didn't see you try to haggle. Amazingly, that wasn't recorded, of course. So we had to take your word for it. And unfortunately, you've already proven that you'll lie. You've proven that you'll lie. In this very stream, you've proven that. This is so doggone stupid. How many views did this video get? 4K views. That's embarrassing. People are... I'm not really sure what the issue is here. Not to sound insensitive, but I don't see anything wrong here. Thank you, Laser Pants, for $10 super chat. Completely unrelated, I'm looking forward to your Super 7 Groon review. Oh, it's going to hurt. Dude, this Groon... it looks like one of the pipes you'd get at a gas station. Ah! I think I just exposed what any other collector knows. Yeah. Looks like you rip off yourself and you were very happy doing it. Like, congratulations, you got views, but at what cost? Yes. Groon the Destroyer. Again, if he wants to come on, we can make that happen. It hasn't grown on you yet. Good one. Good one. 99 cents and a banana from Aaron. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Aaron, do you have a Discord account? Because if not, then we're not going to be able to chat. Love the part where he stood up pretended to Gruna. Okay, now we're getting a bit weird. Let's stop that. Double digits, come on. This is so goofy. A grown man made these videos. How did a grown man make these videos? My brain hurts. Just God. God. God almighty. Thank you for your mercy. Actually, you know what? We can just call through Facebook. How's that sound? That sound good to you? It sounds good to me. Just got to get to your page. I have sent you a message on Facebook, Aaron. You should be able to see it in your, message box, your message requests. Thank you, Chocolate, for $20. I want him to be clowned on. Also, big support for you, Lio. Keep preaching. I can't promise clowning, but I would like to have a conversation with him. Go ahead and close this and find something suitable to put in the thingamahoo's it. See here, Mutabike. think it'd be under week 3. Maybe. View, large icons. Should be here. I'm gonna put something in here to have a little thing in the box there if he decides to have a chit chat. Are you talking about the Naruto crossover? Because I did hear about that. There you go. Enjoy an angry Michelangelo while we wait. And yes, you hear the Gidgy. She is always here. The Gidge. We're just waiting to see if he responds. Lio do Mumra voice. Well, what would you like me to say is Mumra? Oh, goodness. Which speech? Are you talking about his incantation? I'm not doing that, Ryan. That ain't happening. You will not get me into that cult. Alright, let me see here. Let me just check my messages real quick. Since, nope, he hasn't responded yet. So, just for you, Keith, I will do it. Ancient... Let's see if I can get the throat right. Sorry, all that negative talk. Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mumra, the ever-living! When I pawned my SH Monster Arts figure sets, I only got 100 for 300 worth of product. Was I mad? No, because I knew what I was getting into. I needed shelf space. Exactly. It'd be better if my throat wasn't messed up. Well, come on, Aaron. You wanted to chat? Been waiting a while, buddy. It's on Facebook. Thank you, KBA, for $5. Gotta run. Work tomorrow. Eagerly looking forward to you and Retroblasting talking about Thundercats. It's been 6 years! You haven't done it yet. Booting up his computer. You can just do it on mobile. Oh God, what did Monstrous do? No, nothing. Thankfully, Monstrous didn't do anything. We do love and validate the Monstrous here. As much as we're allowed to. Yes, Gidgy. Yes, babe. Hiya Kaiju. Oh, the highest stuff is really getting impressive. Sorry for all the dead air, chat, but we're just waiting on this guy. Just waiting on this guy. Your Aaron Barnum one. That has the profile picture you're currently using right now. Hey, Jeff. Aaron's about to hop on call. I use Netscape. That's horrible. One moment. Mute this for just... I don't need to see his face because I don't show mine, so I don't care about his face. The face means nothing. The integrity means everything. Netscape. God, I remember when I used to use Neoplanet back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Lord. You can actually customize that sucker. He won't show up. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm still waiting for him to boot up his computer. Chocolate, thank you again for the $10. A funny project I want to do for video editing. Could you do a Skeletor impression of ordering his favorite food at Wendy's? Sure. Let me know where I can shoot you the audio if you want, and we can go from there. Showed him 5 times. Mood. Neopets. Yeah, one way I mess with people sometimes, if we're just being goofy, I threaten to dox their Neopets. If you don't stop it, I'm going to dox your Neopets. It's actually scared at least one person. That person was weird. So this guy makes millions, but he can't afford to invest in an SSD for his computer. Okay. Do you threaten to dox their Club Penguin? I ain't messing with Club Penguin. Them people are thugs. Not their Neopets. Yes! Yeah, Neopets! Yeah! Well, you're not in, no, I'm not in any servers or calls right now. If I don't think anybody's gonna need to be pulled in, I don't tend to. No, people who play Club Penguin are thugs. Children are vicious. Like, I was at a Space City Con back before they defaulted on all their money and stopped running. I was in like a battle arena some friends had set up, which used like foam weapons. And I killed somebody dressed as a My Little Pony character. Sure, you can add me on Discord after stream. And out of nowhere, and I still don't know where they came from, like 20 little girls dressed as princesses descended upon me with the wrath of an angry animal. And the problem with that is that children are waist high and can only aim in certain directions. I made mistakes that day. A Neopet, Tim, is a Tamagotchi, but on the internet. I kicked the horse. Yeah, I did. I did. And I reaped the negative rewards for that. You can at least mess with Chow Garden people. I still don't quite understand a Chow Garden. But I'm not that invested in Sonic video games. He punted the pony. Yes, it was the rainbow-colored one. Come on, dude. The people are waiting. Do not touch someone's Toontown account, man. I remember I one time went on to You Rule School. It was an old Kellogg's thing way back in the day. You got ignored? You didn't get ignored. I know better. I don't engage with the Neopetty at this point. Come on, Aaron. Wasting time. You're Mr. Millionaire. Time is money. Mum-Ra needs to air his man bits. The one that says Thomas Guerra with the goofy little Ugandan knuckles lion. That literally just says hi. Should be like the most recent one. God, we really been going for 2 hours? Goodness. His man bits. That's what Mum-Ra must air out. I'll give it another 5 minutes. Ah, there you are. Lord. There is no link, Aaron. We can literally just call in Facebook. Like, there should be a call button there. I guess not. There used to be. Huh. Well, I guess we now have to do tech support. Great. Let's see here. I guess I'll give him an invite to the server. Copy. We're going to be a bit, guys. We're going to be a bit. Because now he's got to make an account. He's got to yada, 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 yada. Let me see if I can find something else we can look at while we're waiting on the Aaron here to do his thing. What goofy nonsense? What goofy nonsense can I find? Well, so far I don't have anything bad. I am not watching a Secret Galaxy video. I don't like that guy. Hot Diggity Demon is streaming. Who is more autistic, me or SpongeBob? Okay. Okay, Hot Diggity. All right then, buddy. No. I don't pick on autistic people here. What is wrong with you? I literally pointed out that you have a problem because you're ascribing intent when the guy might be autistic. Hey, Chad. Chad, do you have a Discord account? Well, I mean, I might be autistic, Laser Pants. The fact that I can sit there and identify a Donatello head might be a little bit of evidence to that. All right, Chad, how about I send you a link to the server, and you can hop in and we can chat until this guy shows up so we can at least entertain people somehow. Because I have a feeling he's going to have to set up an account, and he's going to have to figure out how that works. The tism is a schism, okay. Okay. Well, I'm not going to call him a degenerate. That has a specific connotation to it that is not acceptable for this. He's an idiot. He's a liar, but I wouldn't call him a degenerate. We tend to make those labels for people who are sexual harassers or child predators, and I'm not going to put that on him. That's not right. That's not accurate. Just waiting for Chad to join the server. Then I can give him the guest role and we can chitty chat while we wait. But Bobby, I don't have StreamYard. I don't do Discord. I would have to set up an account. I don't want to keep your stream up. Surely you have something to talk about. I just do StreamYard. Sorry, I'm new to YouTube. How are you new to YouTube? You've been here 2 years. This isn't even a YouTube thing. This is social media. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll bring chat on, and we'll do a little chitty chat. And if you can figure it out in like the 10 minutes we're chatting, then you can come on. It's freaking goofy. Ooh, that is neat. Sorry, Twitter. I saw a really neat rare transformer. Where are you, Chad? We're dying out here, Chad. Ah! Oh, God. Why are you scared of Discord? I don't have a StreamYard. I don't use StreamYard. I don't have a StreamYard. I don't care for StreamYard. You know what I mean? Is that what you wanted, Keith? Going all over the galaxy, picking people up, and they don't show me any respect. You know what I mean? I think Chad got lost. I think he realized that most of my collection isn't in 1/18 scale and is now finally kicking me to the curb. Don't know. Why don't you suck it up and learn how to sign on to something? If somebody like me can figure out Discord, somebody like you can figure out Discord. If you can edit an entire goofy rant video, you can figure out Discord. It's not hard. What in the world is this? Japanese girl rotting is next level. Can Western women even... What is this? Is just sad. Why is this on Twitter? Why is this being... Now I'm depressed. I thought I was depressed looking at some losing liars nonsense. Now I'm just depressed looking at that. Chad, where are you? Zoinks! He hasn't even looked at our DMs. We're gonna be here forever. Everybody, I want you to congratulate Tony Roberts, aka Analog Toys. He's been married for 13 years today. W in chat for Tony. That's the support I like to see from my pals. I think Chad realized I'm a filthy Thundercats collector instead of a Joe collector, and he's abandoned us. He's left us to the wind. We will not survive the winter, I'm afraid, Chad. We will not survive the winter. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Still nothing. Let me actually check the 3POA server, see if maybe Chad's there. Asuka has communicated with me. I wonder what's going on there. Action figure Dictor. Oh, that freak's back. Whatever. I'd imagine his name would be It's Chad. Oh, there's me. There he is. No profile picture, but he's there. Add him as a friend. The audacity. Better than the caucasity. What's the 401 on Cat Slayer? I've not been watching. Are you getting it or have it? I mean, no, it's not. It's not here yet. In fact, I don't even know when it will be. I'm not shilling your stuff, Aaron. I'll criticize your nonsense, but I'm not shilling your stuff. Sorry. Both Aaron and Chad are not showing. I'm heartbroken. Has Chad even looked at his messages yet? He has not. Reek! There he is. Chad. You live.
Well, hi.
How's it going? You enjoy your stream?
Say again?
Did you enjoy your stream?
I did.
All right, so I don't know if Aaron is going to show here. He keeps making excuses for not making an account.
Keeps dinging.
Well, yeah, if you haven't turned off notifications in other servers, you're going to hear ding, 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 ding.
Ugh.
Welcome to new technology, Chad. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. It's good.
Okay, so how much of the stream have you seen so far?
I actually just jumped in because mine just ended a little bit ago.
Oh, goodness. I covered his exposed video on Bobby that he tried to hide. I went over all the DMs, and then I went over his exposure of the other toy people whose name I can't even remember right now. And it is also doggone goofy. And he's just been nothing but sitting there and lying in my chat about how good of a guy he is.
Yeah. Okay.
And he thinks he's your friend. Ain't that fascinating? Is he your best friend, Chad? Show me cats and tigers. I clicked it. Oh my god. Aaron, if you have ever not dealt with like a verifier, I don't know how you've been online. So what did you guys talk about on your live stream today, Chad?
We did our Friday night versus. It's me and Jay Bartlett, the guy who did Action Figure Adventures Season 1 and 2 for Amazon and Nintendo Quest. We talked about Inhumanoids toy line from Hasbro.
Ah. What was the versus? What you were pitting them against?
Oh, we were just ranking them.
Oh, okay. Kind of like your Ninja Turtle stream I hopped onto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Humanoids was wild, man.
Oh yeah, it was very mature for children.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
An interesting direction to go in the middle of the freaking satanic panic.
No, absolutely, yeah. You nailed that, yeah.
Hasbro's like, why did this fail? I wonder, guys. I wonder why it failed.
We got a guy named Decompose that melts people. I don't understand.
That's when Grandma looks at the television and says, nah, this is demons. And you're like, you know what? I can't even argue that one.
Yeah. You're like, no, not buying that for you for Christmas.
The good guys were also kind of dicks.
Yeah, they kind of were.
Bobby's in the chat. We shouldn't be surprised he can't make this work. Just spent 2 minutes watching one of his videos. I spent more than 2 minutes. My brain hurts.
Bobby. Oh, it's so good to see all these nice people.
Oh. Well, yeah, my chat's pretty chill. Sorry, that was Facebook. Somebody has tagged me in Yo-Joe Clubhouse. It's one of those at everyone tags for selling stuff.
No, absolutely not. So what's good? What's going on? What's new?
Nothing new, just watching this guy try his best to convince people that he's a good guy despite all the nonsense that he's been shown for.
You know, and this is just coming from me, right? So this is just me being as true as I can be. I have streamed with Aaron before in the past,
mm-hmm.
and there was anything remotely like that when he and I streamed in the past. I want to say it was twice, I think, with Crusty Old Crow and 3-Star Drawl, and I've spoken with those two guys numerous times after this whole thing kind of started, and I don't know why that had to transpire. I mean, I have my theories or opinions, and a lot of people want them views. People want views, they want engagement, they want attention, they want clicks. Am I saying that that's the only reason why he did it? No, because I don't have proof. But what I'm saying is that, like, the way the video started about a figure, that was so early in the line, and it's been a known issue for years, and then it just turned into a, like, well, let's just slam the guy. And me, as someone who is friends with Bobby, I've seen Bobby's, like, true personality, his generosity, and I'm talking, like, on a personal level that other people don't see.
Yeah.
And also being someone who has done streams with Aaron in the past, and the message that I've seen him give. I even put a pre-roll in my stream with Bobby the other night of him streaming, and the Aaron that you see in, I don't want to say those videos because I never even bothered with the second one, right? I saw cliff notes of the first one, and I was like, didn't bother with the second. But that Aaron versus the Aaron that you see in streams, this isn't to be shitty or, oh, can I swear?
Might as well. I mean, I've already watched some of Aaron's videos.
Okay, this isn't to be, like, crappy or low blowing or insulting, but it's literally a Jekyll and Hyde thing, and I don't know why someone who is shown to be never like that thought that, like, clicking upload was a good idea. And that's just trying to be as, like, level as I can about the whole thing. And then, having seen the PMs, the private messages, that's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah, and that's where the whole, well, if we were to surmise that he did it to get views or whatnot, you could make the argument that's a possibility, but the DMs are the problem in this case. The DMs show more of his actual nature that came out of nowhere.
Well, and so you and I both made, well, I believe you did a stream, but I made a video regarding, Kenny from Toy Department and all his shenanigans at Joe Fest, and how, like, he thought he was getting one over on Bobby, like, oh yeah, I showed him, legal action force endure, when really all that did was hurt the attendees of Joe Fest. It didn't hurt anybody else. Didn't hurt Bobby, didn't hurt Kenny, and all of Kenny's shenanigans really just screwed over everybody who wanted to go to Joe Fest, because a lot of them, wanted to see Bobby and wound up going to DFW instead. So that was my sticking point with the Kenny thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I made the video, which was a car rant, and then oh, your car rants are dumb. Okay. And then you did that awesome deep dive stream about it. However, I never started, like, pummeling Kenny privately about it. Yeah. I said what I had to say. My angle was more so, I said, you're a jackass and all this stuff, because he was behaving like a jackass. But my angle was about, all you're doing is hurting the attendees of the con that you try to, like, quote unquote, lay claim to with your crap ass toy store. And my thing here is, like, if you want to make a video about something, I mean, it's all good. This is the internet. That's what we all do. That's what everybody on the internet does, right?
Yeah.
Because algorithms are based on, consensus versus conflict. It's a known thing. Okay. That's why you see a lot of videos that do really well regarding how everyone hates Disney Star Wars. But what you don't see are, it's just that ugly nature of, the one-on-one side of it. So.
Yeah, and to address Aaron in the chat, yeah, I have absolutely done horrible things and said horrible things when I was angry. That's normal. I'll agree. The difference, Aaron, is when you went into DMs with Bobby. When Bobby called you out for the wife comment, your response was not to immediately apologize, throw your hands up and say, you know what, I was out of line. I'm just being a dickhead. It was to demean Bobby, it was to talk down to him, and it was try to sit there and unironically, morally grandstand him when you were the aggressor, you crossed the line, and here you try to act like you are some humbled man who's just trying to learn from his mistake. As a man who has and is, you're full of crap. You are absolutely full of it, because you repeat the same manipulative, gaslighting behavior in this stream.
Yeah. If it's about the toy, make it about the toy, right? That would kind of coincide with Valaverse Exposed as a title, which, I mean, let's all agree to disagree. That's a clickbait title.
Duh.
So it is what it is. If it's about the dude, then make it about the dude. Title it about the dude. But at the same time, when you admit, I don't know the guy, I've never met the guy, I don't follow the guy, what do you know?
Nothing.
You know, like you know Bobby, right? I know Bobby. So if you don't know the person, like if you just see the persona, two totally different things.
Yep. I mean, if you want to expose Bobby, just expose the fact that he's a filthy Batman '89 lover.
He loves that he loves that Batfleck though. He and I are huge Batfleck fans.
Oh my goodness.
Don't even start, man.
Hey, the best Batman's Kevin Conroy. The second best Batman is Adam West.
I agree. Mask of the Phantasm. It was a theatrical release, so it is a movie.
Correct.
For all intents and purposes, even though it's animated, Mask of the Phantasm is hands down the best Batman movie ever.
And God, that soundtrack.
It's so good. Shirley Walker.
Oh man. Yeah.
That was Shirley Walker. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Aaron, you just proved what I said earlier about people replacing their personality and who they are for their toys. I was angry because he told everyone who bought the Rattler to get effed. I felt like that was attacking me and my friends. But like I said, probably overreacted on launching the videos. The qualifier probably is part of the problem. Like, if Bobby, here's the thing, real quick. Bobby has flatly mocked people who buy Super 7 Thundercats. I do because I'm going to review them and tear them to pieces. I don't sit there saying, Bobby, how dare you attack me on a personal level? Are you insane? Bobby's sharing rightfully into this guy.
There have been so many examples, right? I have 4-inch Skeletron figures. I have 4-inch Fresh Monkey Fiction figures. I have this. I have that. And so many times Bobby will say, in my YouTube channel, put that away. I don't want to see that. And you know what we do? We laugh. We just chuckle about it. When we were all at DFW, Lio, you were there too. When we were all at DFW, I said this Wednesday night. I walked behind the booth. I gave some hugs. They saw I was wearing a Super 7 G.I. Joe t-shirt because it's the only shirt I could find with the original Cobra the Enemy logo. And Bobby said, get out of my booth with that shirt on. And I said, go yourself. And we laughed. And that's it. You know, like there is no malice about the Rattler thing. That's an opinion. It's not meant to be malicious. But if you take it as malicious, it's just ammunition to like further, this theme that certain corners of fandoms have, that Bobby is just a jerk. He's a jerk to everybody. He's always mean and puts people down. It was never meant to be weaponized in that fashion. It's just a dude's opinion. Like, would I ever buy it? No, absolutely not. I think it's stupid. you know what? I'm going to emulate the exact same thing that he said a million times on that stream last Saturday with Ryan. If you like it, buy it. You know, the sign off was a play on Anchorman. That's all there was to it. You can't take a joke of a sign off and use that against the other several hours where he said, yeah, I mean, if you want to buy it, if you want it, buy it. If you like it, go buy it. You can't have it both ways.
No, you're not wrong. Also, real quick, since Bobby's in the chat, Bobby, I want to know, since you are the arbiter of this, did he ever give you an actual proper apology for randomly bringing your family into this that wasn't talking down to you?
And so Aaron says in the chat, so the real question in the chat, are you guys being serious or do you just like picking on people? Serious question. I'm not trying to pick on people. I mean, that's just for me. I'm speaking for me. I'm not trying to pick on people. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can make this as crystal doggone clear as I can. We can be deadly serious while still messing with you for being dumb. What is this picking on people nonsense? What is this cry bully behavior I'm seeing? And if Bobby didn't hear it, he wouldn't know. Maybe you should have kept it to yourself then.
You know, and I don't know if maybe this is like a cathartic moment or something, but on Wednesday, when Bobby and I were doing the whole do, I got referred to as a bully, and I didn't appreciate that because I thought I was pretty level about it. And Bobby will be the first one to admit I don't like putting people's words in their mouths, but he'll be the first to admit that like I did steer some stuff, you know, more toward the humorous when I could, and you know, didn't want to make it like let's just make this dude the whipping boy, you know. But again, the root of it is I just read what was there on digits, right? I read what was said. And if it comes across as I was being a bully, well then, you know, maybe the messages were bullying.
Well, that's not what a bully is. And honestly, let's be honest, Chad.
I'm not a bully.
You only bully 6-inch collectors.
Yeah, and Thundercats collectors. Sorry.
I mean, you can try. We'll square up. I'll arm wrestle you like I did Ninja.
Yeah. Well, I would never bully a Thundercats collector. And look, the same thing with the 6-inch collectors. If that's your thing, fuck, have at it, man. Enjoy it, whatever. But if you're going to make excuses for stuff, and let's be real, everything in that video that trashed on Valaverse, that trashed on Action Force, that trashed on Bobby on a personal nature, it was completely one-sided because you can't be a classified collector or a classified army builder and sit here and trash one company and treat the other one like, you know, their excrement doesn't stink.
Well, on top of that, I'm sorry, I keep getting pinged on Discord.
No, it's okay.
I told you earlier, Aaron, you are sitting here saying that you're a good-hearted person. A good-hearted person doesn't have to announce it. Deeds, not words. Deeds. And on top of that,
and that's
a man's heart is wicked. Who can know it? You cite God, but you don't know the book.
Well, I mean, yeah. Megaforce said it, and you just emulated it. Deeds, not words, right? That's kind of like that's kind of how we were in the Army. If you have to say you're in charge, you're not in charge.
Also, like, I know they're not perfect, but I have to have my Thundercats. Dude, I'm saying this, and I mean this unironically. I mean this unironically. I'm not using this to be derogatory, any of that. That sounds like addiction, and you probably need help. I've told people on stream, and I'll say it again. If I had a choice between owning the Thundercats series Bible and never having another Thundercats like product ever again, give me that Bible. Because the story matters more than the toy.
Agreed.
Aaron, I have to ask. I'm going to ask this, and I'm genuinely not trying to be derogatory, okay? I'm going to lower my tone here. I'm going to take out the heat. The way you are responding to some of this, I'm asking, I'm not being cruel.
Yeah.
Do you have any like do you have any spectrum disorders? Are you autistic? Because what I've noticed, what a lot of autistic people will do, and again, not derogatory, I'm just talking factually, is when they're in a conversation that's uncomfortable, they try to pivot to something else. And I'm just checking, because if you are, I'm not going to press you further on this specific topic, but I will still point out your actions do not match your words. And what you did to Bobby is still wrong. And you should have addressed that day one. Because I'll ask Bobby, since Bobby's in the chat. Bobby, if this man had come to you, like before streams were done, before any of that, and said, you know what? I dicked up. I was so unquestionably out of line. I am so sorry. Would you have been as upset as you are now? And if Bobby even tells me, yes, that's fine. That's Bobby's value. But the point is, you can't expect people to think you're decent when you go through all this unrepentantly. And that's unfortunately what I'm seeing here.
Hey.
Hey.
I didn't know what to say.
Don't worry about it. My streams get a little bit heated. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I know how you roll. You know, I've been around. What's up, Jeffy? Good to see you, buddy.
My name Yef.
Yeah. My name's Yef. I'm just listening. What's up, Oblivion X? Good to see you. I gotta say, it's a little bit like I'm in the Matrix or Inception. Like I'm in a Discord server with you on my AirPods, so my audio probably doesn't sound that great, but I'm watching it on YouTube on my computer. A little weird.
Oh my goodness. Bobby's just like, he dug his hole, I just filled it in. Okay. I think Bobby's just had enough, and I don't blame him. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Welcome to a LioConvoy stream, Chad. You poor sucker.
No, yeah, look, man, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. What's up, Roll Keeper? I'm feeding my dog snacks as we hang out. Yeah, there you go. We should all get together in a live stream that works out for both of us.
I agree.
I guess he means you and him.
Or all three of us could.
Well, it says both of us, so I think he means you and him.
Well, I mean, again, I don't use StreamYard, and I refuse to. I am taking great time and money setting up this stupid OBS. I am not doing anything else.
Look, I'm a dumbass old school infantryman, and I figured this out, so I don't care.
Okay, Jeff, a genuinely kind-hearted soul. Would I be allowed to be myself on your stream?
with a sword.
I mean, yeah. Which one?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yay! All right, Jeff, just let me know time and place and we can figure that out. And you guys know I'm not confrontational by now, but you are. You are!
Oh, Jeffy. Goblin Archives, Bobby and Lyle become dwarves. Are you guys going to turn into dwarves?
I don't plan to.
This isn't Brian Flynn here. Come on now.
I can't make the Vac Metal Silverhawks until I make them.
Primer Hawks?
And then when I make them, they're going to suck. They're going to be the Shedding Hawks.
Oh, God.
I am so behind on my toy reviews. I am so behind.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I have a literal stack of suits. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to send it to you, actually.
Oh, do it. Please do.
You need to know my pain.
Taste my pain.
Taste the pain. I don't know. Have you ever seen Xavier Renegade Angel?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Don't worry. You're not missing anything sane. Fun, but not sane.
Impossible Pie is asking you, any thoughts on the new Mondo Lion-O?
I hate it.
Hated it. Hated it.
I don't want a vintage Thunder Tank, but thank you. I already have one. Let's see here, Chad. I will send you. Here is the current stack.
Where are you sending that?
In our chat right here.
Okay. Oh man, that's huge. That's what she said. Yeah.
If I die, it's because they fell on me.
Yeah, fair enough. Let me see if I can send you a photo. Let's figure this out.
Yes, Mondo did make Lion-O into a furry.
Hey. Yeah, I got
Puppy.
this Belgian Malinois. Yeah, she's talkative. She's
I
very,
like
very
puppies. Well, if it's any consolation, I have Gidget always at my door, so.
Nice.
And then the chat demands I let her in, but not tonight, not tonight.
Okay, I can send files. I don't see photos. I'll work it out. I always do. I'll get there.
I don't need to be given things. What I need to see is change. And time is equal for everybody in that sense. And Ninja still owes me a fight.
Oh boy.
Aaron, nobody here is saying they've never made a mistake. Lord knows I have. Heck, I dare say the mistakes I've made have been worse than yours. The problem is how you're responding to it.
Yeah, but I mean...
Well, not tonight, Jeff. I want to get something to eat and go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been the biggest fan of, like, you know, mistakes are our greatest teacher. Not to sound all, like, squishy or whatever, but I'm a big fan of that. Like, that's how we learn the fastest, you know?
Usually. When I was a kid, my old man's like, don't touch the stove. I'm like, why not? Stove's hot. What's hot mean? You know what?
There's a good...
Touch the stove.
Yeah. There's a good song lyric that I like, and it says, you always learn faster on fire.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, if you break it down Barney style and think about it, a child touches a hot stove, what's the first thing they learn? Don't touch a hot stove again, right? Like, we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's part of growth.
Okay, so two things. Number one, if you give a man a fire, he'll be warm for a night. If you set a man on fire, he'll be warm the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Jeff has a question for Aaron. Please ask him why he thought trading a vamp for a NECA figure was a good deal. So you can answer that, Aaron. And actually, I think Bobby's recommendation is a good idea. How about you make a 19-minute video, as long as your hit piece, where you apologize the whole time, make it sincere, and hit all the points of what you did wrong. Every point. Don't miss a thing. I think that's fair. honestly.
Okay,
I
I
genuinely do.
gotta add to that. Can I add to that though?
I mean, it's
Since
free country.
since Bobby is listening,
Bobby!
you got to add to that though, and post it in all the classified groups that the original videos were posted in, trashing on him, because classified elite and all that stuff. Like they love, like Bobby is their boogeyman, and all that stuff got put in there.
I traded the vamp to show Toy Federation Ryan doesn't care to make a fair deal. So fair is subjective, my dude. That's the problem. If you watch Froggy Flips, what are these names? You'll see him buy stuff and throw in a couple. Well, yeah, but that's going to be from person to person. Invite you? I mean, okay. I'll just throw you in a group chat then.
If somebody came to me and said, if you give me your complete Night Striker, which is the Toys R Us exclusive G.I. Joe whale, and I'll give you another flag, I would do that. That has nothing to do with my integrity. That's the trade they want.
Yep. I mean, I gotta add him on my main account here first. Oh, Jeff.
Jeff said, Chad, let me cook. Don't you ever backtalk me, Jeffy. I'll come at you like a spider monkey, boy.
Strange creatures.
That's it. That's the new internet beef. Me and just Jeff. Get your tickets.
A fair trade is a must when you're a toy dealer for repeat business, no matter what. I mean, again, fair is subjective. That's the problem. That's what you seem to miss here.
Yeah, I would agree. It's the same as like value. Like, what are we talking about? Like monetary value, intrinsic value, personal. Like there's plenty of things I would trade for other stuff that would probably be me losing out in said trade.
From a monetary value, maybe, but do you enjoy the thing you got in response? And who cares?
Exactly. I would trade a G.I. Joe Phantom X-19 for another Sergeant Savage P-40 Warhawk, because I love that vehicle. And that's on me.
I can't remember specifically any quote-unquote unequal trades I've done, like, specifically, but I know I've done some. Not that it matters.
No.
Because I got what I wanted out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, see if Yeffy has added me yet. Yes, so I'm going to throw us into a group chat. And it'll just reconnect us, don't worry. Create DMs! And now we see how long it takes Chad to realize he's got to answer this call.
I give it 5 minutes. He's pretty tech savvy. Less than 5 minutes.
We shall see.
Sir.
So what's up, Jeff?
Not a lot. How you doing, Thomas?
Same thing, different day. People are talking about Pokemon and I don't follow.
Hey, Chadwick. So, Aaron, can I ask you a question? Did you know Ryan before you went into Toy Federation and made that trade? Did you have a good rapport with him? Have you worked with him before?
My name's Jeff. That's all I got.
Don't be a Chad.
I have no choice.
I know.
That word means something completely different in modern parlance.
It does.
Right. But in modern parlance, in your vernacular, Chad is like super extra awesome. It's not Kyle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the answer to my question. No, and Ryan did not know me. Aaron, from what I recall of your expose of exposing the Toy Federation, you went up to him and went, I want to trade this for that straight across. Did you do that, yes or no?
We got a Top Goon in the chat, but he retracted his message. How dare you?
Goonie!
Freaking Top Goon is like Finn from Adventure Time. He takes off his hood and he's got this glorious long blonde hair. What the heck?
He's like a young Prince Adam.
Jeez.
Well, I'm not asking about the finest, Aaron. I'm asking if you just straight up went, this box for that figure. Did you look up how much the vamp was going for on eBay before? Okay, so, yes, you said I will trade this for that. So you knew that the vamp was $200 on eBay. We'll say that you know. I'm going to save you the trouble and say you knew. And you went, that's a $40 figure. I'm going to trade this straight across. That was a dumb shit move on your part. For one, any fucking toy store that you don't know, that you have no rapport with, will go, yes, I will instantly quadruple my money. Yes.
Ooh, he's swearing.
I know. I will instantly quadruple my money. Thank you very much. That's not Ryan being a shithead. That's you not knowing the product. And if you do any trades with any toy stores, I don't give a fuck if you're the general of the finest. You need to figure out what you have before you go in. So that whole, this is why Toy Federation is evil, is bullshit, man. You're just a fucking idiot.
Dude, how do you really feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
Actually, you know what? I can point out a
Not about 7.
A form of trade. So I want to do some custom work on the 40th anniversary, quote unquote, Mirage Playmates figures. They're bad. And in order to do this, I needed the weapon holsters from the 2012 Turtle figures. So I hopped online, tried to find some on eBay, didn't have any luck. But Walmart.com somehow was selling all 4 turtles for about $20. I'm like, yee! And I ordered them. Guess what I got?
Wow. There you go.
I got bootlegs. I got bootlegs. They sent me unironic bootlegs. But you know what? I can still get what I need off them, so I'm not upset.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, man. Like you said that you're testing Ryan's integrity. Dude, that's a business that didn't know you. I had the original Ghostbuster Mansion, not the real Ghostbusters, but the Funimation one come in.
Ooh.
The shop that I work at. Inbox, sealed contents. That's a friggin' $6,000 toy.
Ooh.
The dude wanted a castle of lions that had a cracked base, but otherwise was complete. We know the guy. He comes in a lot. He buys stuff from us a lot. We said no. We were not going to make that trade because that was wrong. Because we know the guy and we like the guy. You went up to a stranger and said, will you take this $100 bill and I'll take your $5 bill and call it a good trade? Dude, that's not integrity. That's good business sense on Toy Federation part and bad sense on you. You can say it's an integrity test all you want, but it should have been a fucking intelligence test on your end. Yes,
stop
they're going
swearing.
to take that deal. Sorry. Yes, they're going to take that deal.
I think it's funny. I never asked people not to cuss, but they just stopped doing so around me.
Your potty mouth made my Leader 1 GoBot fall off the shelf.
Yeah, Aaron, they're going to bump that NECA figure up to $85 because, A, it's at a show, dude. Like, anybody with a phone or, like, 2 minutes of common sense can look at it and go, that's not worth $85. And you can haggle. Haggle is not, like, a bad thing at a con. If you were to go to his shop and haggle, that's a problem. If you went to, like... If you went to a con and you haggle, that's fine. If you walk into a man's store, they're going to laugh you out of the store.
I haggle stores all the time.
Chad, that's because you're you and people are scared of you.
No, it's not. It's because they want to move their products.
Yeah, exactly. But you also have a rapport with those guys, don't you, Chad?
Yup.
Hey.
Yeah, prove your point. Ugh.
Sigh. Well, we're gonna start winding down because it's been 3 hours. I will say there is speaking of bad deals, I got contacted by a company called Anime Dakimakura. Do either of you know what a Dakimakura is?
Is it a duck?
It is not.
Is it a documentary?
It is not that either. It is a body pillow. Now,
will you spoon my pillow?
Because I am not a degen and I have a wife, I didn't buy any of those. But they allegedly had some action figures because I collect Figma and stuff like that. So I picked up some of them and they came in.
Oh yeah.
They are awful bootlegs. They are so bad. So I'm going to be reviewing them. One of them actually upset me so much I actually bought the official thing to compare it. And when I emailed them back, I'm like, hey, one of them broke off literally at the knee. So they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, we'll send you a replacement. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I said, do you know that you sent me bootlegs? He said, well, it comes from the same factory. So it's the same thing. And I'm looking at these like, there's no way.
Did they offer you a body pillow in its place?
Yes. I told them no. I don't need. I am not promote. I already have enough figures that are going to be kind of questionable in how much clothing they wear. That isn't He-Man. I'm not doing that. Look. Articulated Ninja talks about thickies all the time. I am not stepping into that man's territory. I know better.
Here's what you do. So for the parts that you're nervous to talk about, that's when you ask Ninja to come in and talk about it for you on your channel, and you do a co-op review.
No, because if they hear his nice, soft voice, I'll lose all of my subs.
Hey, yo, everybody.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Hey, yo, everybody. What up?
Hey, guys.
Ninja here.
This is Articulated Ninja, and I'm here to talk to you about these beautifully sculpted ladies. Meanwhile, all you ladies who are also beautifully sculpted, come to my channel. Leave this weird man behind. Come to me.
He's going to be on with me next Wednesday, and we're going to do impressions of one another. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the old Articulated Chad versus the old Articulated Ninja.
That's right. Yo, what up? What up?
I don't know how to describe Ninja's voice other than just pleasant.
Silky.
And he owes me a fight!
Thomas, I don't... Okay. My favorite part was, well, you like anime. You're into, combat sports. So naturally, I thought sword fight.
Not just anime. His favorite anime is Rurouni Kenshin. Do you have any idea how many weeaboos wielding sticks they think are katanas I've had to beat the stuffing out of? I am not incorrect in my assumption by the basis of the assumption itself.
Chad, what the hell's a weeaboo?
I like G.I. Joe.
Cool.
That's my input. I like stuff.
I like stuff.
Yeah.
Thomas, do you like stuff?
I think I do, but everybody calls me a hater. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that means you like stuff.
Yeah.
People who like stuff get called haters because they're not, brand loyalists or advocates or apologists or anything. You just like stuff. And when you find stuff that you thought you would like that is caca, then you say, hey, this stuff is caca. But that makes you a hater.
That Groon that, Ryan was kind enough to make sure I got from SDCC, he literally looks like one of those very special pipes you see at a gas station.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Gotcha.
I stopped looking at the chat, so I have no idea. I just wanted to point out how that was a bad deal on his end.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
watching the chat.
Where's Talker Art? Talker Art. That is it. Talker Art. No, Talker Art's the guy I don't care for. Not that I care for Boog. Boog hates me, and I love that.
Book does hate you. This is true.
I'm okay with this. I revel in that.
I know. It's kind of feeding the fire.
See,
go ahead.
I conduct myself on the daily with this whole joy of missing out thing, right? When I see people crying about, once was a man Cobra Commander, and my joy of missing out kicks in. When I see people crying about this pre-order or that exclusive, my joy of missing out kicks in. The same goes for Boog, Startimus, Swoosh, Robo, any of that stuff. None of that garbage is in my wheelhouse. And so, my joy of missing out kicks in all the time.
Yeah, well, I actually was able to snag the Once a Man Cobra Commander because I do unabashedly love the G.I. Joe movie.
Hey, and that's totally cool, right? My only thing with that figure and Nemesis Immortal and anything related to Cobra Law are the people who are such Hasbros that they would crap on that movie and crap on Cobra Law for decades until Classified decided to put out those two figures. And now they're just like, they're at the feeder trough. You know what I mean? Like, gimme. I need it. It's like, you openly admitted that you crap on Cobra Law and now you want it. Yeah.
A whole lot of people not liking Cobra Law suddenly liking Cobra Law.
Mm-hmm. And that's where you have no integrity, in my opinion. And I'm allowed my opinion. Whatever.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. You have to agree with what the Classified people say.
No, look, I'm already a hater. Everyone knows I'm a hater. And Shartimus says I need more figures, so whatever.
Wait, did he actually say that?
Yeah. He said that on Nerdzoic. Yeah, he said I need to make more videos and I need more figures. And I was like, I will bet you a buffalo nickel that I have more figures than you do. But whatever.
You guys count these? I never count anything.
Well, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Why would you count your action figures instead of just fiddling with them?
I mean, I do all of the above.
I see.
Yeah.
I confused a guy at CollectorCon, which is an awful convention, who was trying to... He had a booth for grading, and he was trying to convince me to grade stuff. And he's like, well, you're getting... Thank you, Zigzags, for the $5. Hey again, old man, I hope you're having a good day and night. I am. We'll be ending soon because I need to eat. Haven't eaten since like 9 this morning. But he's like, you need to get your stuff graded and I was there with my wife. She's like, because if you pass, she's not going to know what to do with this stuff. And I looked him dead in the eye and I said, but if they're in box, how can I play with them? And the confused look he gives me, he's like, that's the point. They're displaying. Like, no. I like my Transformers.
You know what? If I die while I still have this massive collection, I hope my family sells it all and goes on a nice vacation.
Right? I mean, my wife is
Treat yourself.
My wife is slightly worried. It's like, well, what am I going to do if you do pass and all this? I'm like, there's enough nerds on the internet who will like ridiculously go down to the nitty gritty to define everything. Don't worry. I promise you people will buy it.
Yeah. And there's been plenty, like, not to, turn to the morbid, but there's been plenty of times where people in the toy collecting space have passed and their spouses have said, like, reached out in groups like, can you guys help me identify this stuff? And people will always do that.
Yeah, if Justice Curry doesn't beat them to it.
Yeah, see, that's what I would do. I would tell my family, just sell my whole collection to Justice. He'll buy it all in one shot. Don't worry about it.
That man how does that man find these things? Like, it is ridiculous.
Because he's him?
I will steal his essence. I will find a way.
Drink her essence!
Like, I messaged him a while ago. It's like, do you have, like, XYZ Silverhawk? He's like, no, but I have this rare one, really mint on card. And I'm just like, you're a monster. How?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He is an expert at that game.
I am so jealous of Bobby and the convention he was, or the toy show he was at, where he's finding all these Kenner figures, and I'm just like, I can never find any of these. Why is it all the other toy shows are good except for the ones here in Texas? They suck.
That's not true. The ones in Austin suck.
Well, I don't go to Austin.
I will tell you guys this. I had dinner with Greg from Cotswold Collectibles, who also, is part of the team for the DFW G.I. Joe show. I had dinner with him last Saturday, and there is some awesome stuff coming for next year.
Like what?
Well, that's not for me to say. That's for Greg to say. But I can hype it.
Thanks for the tease.
I'm just saying, if I say it's awesome, write it down. It's awesome.
Well, if I show up next year and there's not a bunch of gorillas, I'm gonna be disappointed because that's awesome.
You just gave us the equivalent of going to a strip club. So thanks, Ted. Thanks. It's cool.
I've never gone to a strip club.
I know, Thomas.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we've had fun tonight. We've had irritation. If we ever had that call, we'll figure it out. I know that Jeff wanted to do it tonight, but I am tired and I need to sleep. So thank you both for joining me, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send out